What's good, guys? Yo. We're gonna be doing a tier list today in like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. We're gonna tier list every single legendary finish in Dragon Ball Legends. Do I think Ultra Gohan can make the HM? No. I don't have to use him to know that as well. Range type can't merge well with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Being element green is just a miss. There's so much wrong there. No, it's every single legendary finish. That's why I didn't say Legends Limited or Legend Rarity. I said legendary finish.
I'm stronger than ever before. You would defy a god. You deserve 1,000 deaths. Alright.
We'll start in like 10 minutes, like I said.
I'll nerve to stand in my way.
I kind of wanted to get the counter off, but I should have pressed the strike there anyways. This is the first stream of the week, and at the end of this week, as in the weekdays, we will have the Dragon Ball Legends 8th anniversary reveal. It's crazy how time flew. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but it's true. I log into Dokkan every day to get my Dragon Stone from the gift box, but I don't play the game daily. I don't. I'm not gonna lie, I'm autopiloting. I know at the end of every combo, every Buhan main presses the green card, but then I'm still going for like. I should have went for the ult. I don't think I need it. Clearly I don't. Stupid brick. Crazy names to call yourself. I'm gonna call you SB, but that's cooler. What's good, man? Samus's jump? I guess not. Brick from Twitter. Don't you have like hella 4s in your name? Yeah, you do. I have to check. How was my weekend? My Saturday was really good. My Saturday was really good. I was out with 2 of my friends. And then we just chilled and spoke about music and some other stuff. Technically it's my homegirl and her friend, but like I guess she's my friend as well by default because I've known her for years as well. And Sunday I didn't do anything. That was the lengthiest treasure battle ever. Remember how you said nothing can break my saving saga except the crazy fusion? If I'm not mistaken, I said something really unique as well. Like a game originals or something like that. One of one thing. And Rose is of that caliber. A regular Goku Black Rose wouldn't have got me. This is reasonable. And I only summoned for Bardock because I was at the battle hour. So yeah. Have I finished listening to Iceman? Yeah, I listened to it like day one. What do I think of the Spider-Man Miles Morales ending? It's a good ending. Cinematic, very shocking. I didn't expect it to end like that. I didn't like. It's a Spider-Man story, so I should have expected some type of like shocker like that. But for some reason, like, I don't know. Maybe because it's a game and because like Spider-Man in general. So even Miles or it's Peter Parker. In my mind, I have the character ingrained as so corny that I don't even fathom dark stuff can happen. Like, I kind of just don't expect dark stuff to happen. So when something like that happened, it was like shocking, you know? Like, super shocking. Not Spider-Man in general. Like, Spider-Man is cool. Like, the concept of Spider-Man. Peter Parker and Miles Morales in general, they're like corny personalities. They're meant to be awkward. That's their archetype. So it kind of like sets the tonality of... It makes the tonality of the series or game or whatever you want to refer to it as more lighthearted. Then it just gets really serious and it throws me off. Which is what makes the game good. Opinion on Iceman. Iceman's really good. The production is really good. I think it's a great album overall. I think it's going to be an album people look back and be like, wow, this was solid. And they always do that with Drake albums anyway, because the bar is at the max for him since he is the biggest artist on the planet. Not even rapper, he's the biggest artist on the planet. So yeah. Oh, there's my dailies. Okay. So like I said today, we're going to be doing a tier list, right? Actually, before we go into the tier list, let me show you this. Alright, so if you guys don't know, I always put out a stream schedule on Monday. So if you're curious about what I'm going to do every single day this week, check the community post, but it's also on the screen for you right now. So like I said, we're doing a tier list today. But we're going to be, I'm going to react to some concepts from like Ricochet, Societe, any other concepts that exist in general. We'll do some reactions tomorrow. I've decided to try and like mix up the streams that we have, because usually I just hop into Dragon Ball Legends and I don't specify. I just write Dragon Ball Legends. But like coming into the stream, I think I'll always just do a bit of ranked PvP to set the tone. But it's good to like mix in different things, you know. And then obviously on the Twitch side, we got San Andreas every day of the week, besides Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Velocity, but I've missed his old stuff. I haven't reacted to stuff in a minute. I'll play one more game actually. But yeah, this is all the legendary finishes in Dragon Ball Legends. I made the tier list so we have like a 10 out of 10s. I am not going to order anything. I'm just going to throw them in. There's only 4 categories. So really and truly, you know, it's either it's just horrible, like irrelevant would be better, right? Irrelevant is bad. It's okay, you know, it's whatever, it's cool. And then great, and then no order for the 10 out of 10s, right? That's how the tier list is gonna go. Stealth, I haven't listened to the Maiden one, but I think Habibti is horrible. It's not something I would listen to anyways. I could see the appeal, trying to make catchy songs, have a little sneaky, you know, TikTok song, or like something that gets memed and then it goes into something that's catchy, but like it's not serious. It's not serious. The only thing serious was Iceman. Look at it, shebang.
Show me how much of the Saiyan spirit resides in you.
Bad switch, man. Okay. Made his ass forfeit, I guess. It is early season, to be honest. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I need to kind of split my screens so that I can react to this. What button does this do? What does this do? What does that do? Okay, I'll use this one. I like this one. You low-key can't hear me well. Jando, I bet it's fake. It would have made more buzz on Twitter. If something actually leaked, it would make so much more buzz. Like, I would know about it. You guys wouldn't know about it before me if something actually leaked. A leaker. This happens every celebration, by the way. A leaker comes out and tries to get attention, and then people fall for it. And it's not even like they'll be wrong, but like, it's just a matter of making a prediction and something look believable. It's easy to do, honestly. Alright. Let's low-key lock in. Let me disconnect my phone, because I'm gonna need both my screens for this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need the chat. So I'm gonna put the chat here, right? And I'm gonna need both my monitors too. So yeah, nice. This for the reactions. That's for the tier list. Nice. Nice. We're gonna be switching in between. We're doing every single LF. So we're gonna be here for a while, honestly. We're gonna be here for a while. Let me turn up the audio for you guys. Any questions before we get into this? Because once I start, yeah, I'm not gonna be having random conversations. I'm gonna be locked in. I'm gonna be locked in. How do I turn off autoplay? Is that like a thing? Am I ordering each tier? I've decided not to, but I might order the top, just the 10 out of 10s. So that makes more sense to do, maybe. Let's order the top one. No bad tier. Irrelevant. There's a lot, like, there's some that there's no point. For example, you already know, like, Go 10. It's not even that bad in my opinion, but people really hate it. But it is irrelevant. You know what I mean? Is UMV in there? Did I drag him in accidentally? I did. Good call. I didn't miss anyone, did I? Good eye, by the way. I didn't even see that. I had to drag everybody one by one, so it was like it was a hassle. We've got quite a bit of time as well, which is good. Do I think Charlotte will get an LF? Probably an Ultra, not an LF. I think he's more likely to get an Ultra even before a Legend Rarity. Just based on how they make units, you know. But yeah, that's just my assumption, you know. I don't think it depends on how the story ends as well. I think that's a factor. There's no LF Ginyu. We don't have that in Dragon Ball Legends. So, yeah. They haven't dropped one of those. Yeah, really, they haven't dropped one of those. All right, let's start. All right, cool. Let me just get my recording in, you know, before we actually start. We've got all the legendary finishes in Dragon Ball Legends prior to the 8th anniversary. This is all of them here, starting from Beerus all the way to the legend rarities, where we have Legend, Ultra Super Villain, Rose, Goku, Black, Super Saiyan Rose. Even they put so many words in that guy's name. We're only going to be ordering the 10 out of 10s. So we have the 10 out of 10s, we have the great, we have the alright, and we also have the irrelevant / bad, like the ones that we just don't care about. And we're not going to be ordering none of these, but we will order the best ones, which makes the most sense because they're the most relevant. This is going to take a while. If I'm not mistaken, right, there's 92 current legendary finishes in Dragon Ball Legends. 92. So we will be here for a while, and each of them is like a minute long. So it's essentially an hour and 30 minutes. Some of them are less than that, obviously, 30 seconds, etc. So let's just say it's at least an hour we're going to be here. Plus, actually, because we're going to be decision making. So yeah, let's start with Beerus. Let's start, man. Let me get the chat back up 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a long recording. Let me put my headphones on too, you know, so we can get in the zone, lock in. It will drop as a video, so if you're not here, you're fine. You know, if you want to leave, it's okay. They will drop as a video. You don't have to worry about missing the stream, and I'll cut everything in the video so it'll be easier to watch as well in case you have to go. All right, cool. Before we start as well, shout out Astra Ryu. Literally uploaded every single legendary finish in Dragon Ball Legends landscape and done it proper. So yeah, let's get into this. You guys, I can see the chat, so for certain things, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very strict because I don't want to be here forever. But like, feel free to leave your input in the chat because people do be rewatching the live stream, you know, and they will see your chat. But on top of that, I will ask questions if I'm like, you know, because maybe I'm bugging on some of them. For example, in the past, I was tripping about Gold Freezer, or like I have an awkward opinion about Gold Freezer's one because the way I look at it, I break it down to the T. But Gold Freezer's moment is good, but is the legendary finish good? You see how it's not the same thing? Some people be having good moments and the legendary finish is mediocre. So then you beyond hype it. But I'm not scaling the moment. I'm scaling the legendary finish. Do you know what I'm saying? So remember, we're scaling the legendary finish, not the moment. What we see on the screen, not how you feel because of what the character is. So that means there's also no bias from me in regards to like just Vegito animations just because it's Vegito. I'm going to be like scaling based on uniqueness to a degree, animation, camera work, effects, character model. All these things will have a impact on how I view the legendary finish. Anyways, let's get into this. So we got Beerus first.
Nothing I can do. You shouldn't have made me angry.
Beerus is good. I've always liked the colors on it. They can definitely upscale it. For one of the first legendary finishes in Dragon Ball Legends, like even the finish is super nice. They had his eyes closing like this early on because they be upgrading the models with these. Loki, want to see it again. The fact that I'm gonna be have to watch some of these twice.
You shouldn't have made me angry.
We're gonna be here forever. Alright, for sure. I'm gonna have to speed run some of these. Alright, so Beerus, I think it's a pretty easy decision. We're gonna put him in alright. You know, it's very simple animation, but it does look good. It's just not great, if we're being honest. It's just good. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. This animation is short as hell. This is one of those ones where the moment would definitely be upscaling what the animation is. But the animation is like very basic. It's legit a blue card. If they made an animation like this with Goten, people wouldn't respect it, in my opinion. But I don't think it's bad, you know, for what it is, because we still have to consider the source material. I'm also going to put this one in just alright. But I do like his face here. I just feel like the model downgrades it now, especially because we have the Ultra Super Saiyan Goku. He's going in alright. I don't think he needs to go higher than that. Alright, let's look at Piccolo. The kicks.
Piccolo, do it! Special beam cannon.
Goku holding on to Raditz. The special beam cannon is actually really nice. Like, I really appreciate it. Oh, this is going too fast. But let's go back, because I kind of wanted to watch that back. Alright. Obviously, because it's landscape, there's going to be... It might look a little buggy in certain instances, because this is meant to be on a phone. But I think in all, the addition of Goku is actually very, very touch. Like, it's a good touch. Obviously, it's the source material. But the fact they've added it into the legendary finish. And the beam itself is actually really nice with the way they got the rings going around it. This one is generally one of the better ones. But people just don't care. Like, look at how fatigued Piccolo is as well. This animation actually has a lot going on. I am high-key putting this one in great. I actually think it's one of the better ones. Like, no joke. No joke. Alright, we got Super Vegito. Comes in right hook. Drags him down. They obviously went bigger when it came to Super Vegito here. I think there's a clear upscale in animation. Especially based on the ones we just saw. I low-key might need a tier between alright and great. Because we're gonna fill up great so fast. Oh my god. There low-key needs to be a tier between these two. Like big time. Big time. So let me add one right now. We are going to add good. No order. And let's make it orange, I guess. Yeah, that works. And I actually think Piccolo's is on the same level as Super Vegito. Just they were a bit more fancy with Super Vegito's in terms of the scale. But Piccolo's source material is actually very, very good for that early Dragon Ball Legends. I think they're both in the good tier. I think that's fine.
All you've got.
First form Frieza. The knockback. The spin into the kick. I really like the camera work there. The dun dun, then the zoom out. The attack here is similar to what Beerus's one was, but I really like how they make Bardock fade out. I feel here, if they zoomed in and they made whoever it was smile every single time, I would put this in great. I think this is one of the better ones in good, but I'm not ordering it. If they zoomed in one more time, like there's a zoom here, right? You know when they zoom out here? But when Bardock's getting blown away, if they zoomed into his face as well and shown a small smile or something, this would have made this one great. But that part's kind of rushed, and they focus more on Frieza geeking out. And I'm not gonna lie, the animations here are actually pretty good. This might be our first great. This one's actually pretty nice. Holy smokes. You know what? I'm also gonna add something right now. Hold on. My brain just became fat. Give me a second. My brain just became fat. Oh my god. Some of them are going to be hard to decide. So, you know, when we get more people in here, I might be in the mood to, like, you know, move them up and down. So I'll come back to Frieza and then we'll clean it up at the end. Because depending on who's in great, I will have a better measure for who's in good and etc, etc. But I won't need one for down here, I don't think. So, like, he's in between. He's in between. And then, yeah, you guys will have an opinion in the chat. That's also helpful. That's also helpful. There's a lot. There's 90 to go through. Like, I can't sit here all day.
Fireworks.
They could have done so much better with the camera work. The models there with Goku and Gohan showing up is pretty good. But this is actually just the Kamehameha of Doom. This part here is actually really good. But it's very, very bland. Let's not do too much. Irrelevant, straight up. Alright, the first Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. The zoom in here and the walk really upscales this animation. That walk is amazing. Even the beam there is like the way that it finishes off is similar to Goten's. It's just not slow.
I won.
The windscreen isn't that great. You know, I think this one is just a good, and the walk is what's upscaling this one big time.
Let's get down to it.
Alright, we got Vegeta dash down to the ground. This would hit different with ground battle animation, but it's not that good in my opinion. Honestly, I don't think this one's getting a better than alright for me. I'm looking at it, it's a punch. The dash down is the most creative part of this animation. And besides from that, it's just a bunch of spams. I don't feel like it's irrelevant. It's alright. It's alright. Margin Vegeta here. The start of the blue card is very good. They need to remake this high key. This is one of the better ones in my opinion. The final explosion in 2026 would be so good. And this touch here when he turns into like, yeah. This one here is super tough. Like the combo here even is underrated, and the way they move the camera about.
Farewell.
The ray of light. Farewell. Moment upscales it. If I'm not scaling moments though. If this was about the moment, this would be great. But it's not about the moment, so I'm keeping it in good. They could have made it a bit slower and added more theatrics to it and detail. Obviously, it's back in the day, and when they remake it, it will be insane. I know that for a fact. Starting in Super Saiyan 3, ripping off the shirt and then going into base is super tough. Push! Super Saiyan. Nowadays, they would have made the mouth move when he says see ya. This is another one where the moment upscales it. But I think they got a lot of mannerisms good with this animation. He comes in. There's effects that spark there when he takes that off, by the way. And I think they done really good with the facial expressions on this one. They had the screen shake there. You get 3 modes in one animation. You got Super Saiyan 3, you got base, and you've got the Super Saiyan. Also an outfit change because he rips off the top. The facial expression there for the ha is nice as well. And then back to the fatigue here. The showing of the fatigue. I'm not opposed to even put this in great, you know. Like, you can see the sweat mark, the thumbs up. I'm not even opposed to that. This might be my first great. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a good one. Like, it's actually good. Oh, Bojack Gohan. I think this one, because we have the sparking, a lot of people like to downplay it. But I think there's a lot going on here that's super nice. It's just a very short-lived animation for the moment and its source material. This is what we should have had similarly. So like, you know, the 2025 festival Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we have Gohan falling to the floor after the animation fades out. But this is like the original of that. So look at this. We get the first black screens on the legendary finish, which is super nice. Impact, that's nice. The beam spinning, that is clean. The rocks are a little budget, but you know. And I think the finisher is really nice where he falls back. This one for me, it's good at the moment, but it could hit great. I want to put it in great. But for now, you know, we're going to keep that on hold. I think that's another one that could move into hold. I'm not going to put it in great for now. I'm just going to keep it in good. I'm going to put it in hold. Because I feel like once we get further, it's not going to be that great. But there is a lot of detail for how early Dragon Ball Legends here was.
Evil shall perish.
Alright, CMZ swings in.
I'm not done.
The blade coming out is a really nice touch. The punch down. Oh, this way he does the dive bomb. Really fast swing down there. Like, it's super quick. Literal speed blitz, and the explosion is behind him. I think this one is really horrible. I might need to go back because there was a lot of combos and I didn't really break it down. He comes in with the swing. It's a little free piece there. And then they switch the camera angle for him to bring out the blade. Then he's swinging a bunch more. And they keep everything from a low angle when he's asserting his dominance. The model is also nice as well. You can see the nice touches. If we go back in, right? If we go back in, CMZ. Now seeing CMZs and how much effort they put in, and I don't think it's that good. These guys can have a seat. These guys had good detail in them, right? Like theatrics. But CMZ was like a step up. But not far enough to step up where I even think it's great. Because these guys all had like their small little details with like Gohan fading in the back after being Super Saiyan 2. Frieza's laughing and whatnot. CMZ having the explosion behind him. They all have their little theatrics. But I feel like they're all good now. Especially considering what we saw with Majin Vegeta. And even the walk here with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So I'm going to put all of these in good. They kind of all feel in the same league. But not really like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, where they put in so much effort with the transformations and the poses and the facial expressions.
Now and now.
Got 8 Vegeta here. Comes in and a headbutt and knocks down.
Burst open and mix.
This is one of those animations that's a victim to the source material. You're not going to see a bunch of sparks flying because it's Saiyan Saga. But I think the addition of the Great Ape definitely upscales how valuable this animation is as a LF. Even the beam at the end is huge. That's tough. I think that's tough. They low-key baited me there. Like, he literally knocked him down, and even I thought he was gonna come from above, and I just watched it.
Burst open and mix.
This model right here, where he has the fangs, white eyes, is a good, nice touch to show the transformation. Yeah, I think this could be great, honestly. It's just that it doesn't have the effect, so a lot. Oh, wait, I didn't see that before. Can you see the spiral? This is like what they did with Super Saiyan 2 Bojack Gohan, but there's even a greater model in addition for the legend. Oh, yeah. That sealed the deal. Is even lightning here? I never saw that. They cooked. Alright, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The run up, right hook, left leg, right leg, sorry. Came down from above. Another punch. And how did I never notice that? There's like a ray. The impact was so tough, they give you a beam. The dragon carries big time here. Like, I'm not gonna lie. That roar is flipping tough. Ooh, even the red that comes off him. All the red here is fire. It's fire. This one's very simple and easy to see that it's great, and it's based in the dragon. The combos, we've seen regular combos like that even in CMZs, but the dragon is definitely an upscale for what we've seen in the animation. The way it bursts out into flames and then roars at you. Yeah, you're just cooked. You're just cooked. Another great one, easily. Easily. Some units might get upscaled as we go further into this, so, you know, depending on how we feel, because we gotta have some 10 out of 10s. We gotta have some 10 out of 10s.
You cannot escape. Take
The first rosé.
my blade. It's over.
I've always loved the fluidity in this animation. I like how right there they showed you different angles of the explosion. They replayed it 3 times. Like we've seen that in UI Goku's legendary finish, but it's very subtle. You don't even realize it. Blow up, blow up, blow up. They showed you in 3 different angles, and then they got him tweaking here. His mouth doesn't move much because it's an older animation, but like when he's bringing out the scythe, that's tough. This could easily be a 10 out of 10. If we rate it in isolation, this could hit 10 out of 10. The colors are booming. The aura is booming. The model is great. The fluidity is one of the highest in Dragon Ball Legends to date at this point. If they just showed like the, you know, when Goku Black uses the scythe and it like opens up space. If they showed that, I think that would finalize it. And then they just niced him with the windscreen. They niced him with the windscreen. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the better ones. I'm gonna leave him right now on hold based on when we see guaranteed 10 out of 10s, but it's definitely better than everyone we've seen thus far. Thus far. It's just way too far back for Dragon Ball Legends.
Magnificent power. You won.
Full power Frieza. The aura on him is really good there when he charges in. And they do it again here.
It is your destiny to be killed by me.
Maybe it's just me, but I kind of underappreciate, and I don't intend to highly appreciate them more. But when they just have the camera still, and they just like do left rights, left rights, left rights, I'm not moved. I don't know, man. I'm not moved. Maybe it kind of feels lazy. Kind of. It's not because it's the source material to a degree, but I'm not moved by it. They got the angle there really well, and the beam is huge. Alright, there was a lot going on, but I don't feel like it was a lot that's insane. They're just kind of bouncing you all over the place, and he's doing a lot. But nothing super unique or special in my opinion. Just a lot. The beam is really nice though. This is one of the better beams in Dragon Ball Legends. When they do them huge like this so you really feel how powerful it is, I think they're doing a great job. The windscreen is good as well. I'm just going to put this in good.
Me impossible!
I'm ending.
UI Goku. Alright, the black screen there that we saw. Now, I know I did just say when there's just a bunch of punches coming forward, I'm not moved. But this is actually an exception based on them implementing after images. If they just used these 2 fists, I wouldn't be moved in the slightest. But the after images really add that extra effect of greatness to this animation. Even there, the gust of wind in the end, right before he finalizes the punch. The last big one. There's so many good details in this animation for how old it is. It's crazy. Hey, the devs went so hard on this guy. Hold on. You're not even peeping so much that went on. So he's doing all the jumps, right? And let me straight up say, this guy is privileged based on his source material. The source material allows him to be great, but they've actually done a great animation here. We're not judging the moment, we're judging the animation. If there was ground battles here, or this was like post 5th anniversary, like the Gold Freezer animation, they would have put rocks. They would have put rocks on this animation, and he would have done it. No, they would have made the enemy throw some type of beam, something. I said rocks. And there's, look, I don't know if you can see, but there's more after images, which is why I'm giving him the exception when I'm not really moved by just punches, you know. It makes the speed blitz a bit better than any other speed blitz. Like, for example, we saw with CMZ, it's just a quick dash down. But if there was an after image following him, you'd be like, oh crap, that's a good display of speed. Do you know what I'm saying? That's animation. The replay free time is super tough as well, similar to what we saw with Rose. The beam is huge again. That's a super big win. And the glare here, I think this is our first 10 out of 10. And honestly, I think the production level of this animation is on the same level as the Rose we saw, like realistically speaking. If we're avoiding the moment, the fluidity of the animations are on the same scale. There is a lot more theatrics with UI, so I'm going to keep Rose on hold. But with the aura, it's built the same way. He has the purple. This is just white because it's UI. The models are great. There's the facial expressions and whatnot. These ones are performing on the same level. In fact, I'm going to move them up straight away. We're going to have a lot of 10 out of 10s. Right now, I've got UI above this because there's a lot more like theatrics. And like I said, he is privileged to have great source material. But the legendary finish animation is super, super good. Super good.
I'm ending this.
Future Gohan, a lot of people hate on this animation. Hold on.
I'm ending this.
Am I tripping to say that that's bad? He kicked up, but he went down. I'm tripping?
I'm ending this.
The slam down here is good. Those flips was so extra, but it's fire. One hand Kamehameha. Puts in extra pain for the Kamehameha. It's very powerful.
It's over.
It's a very powerful moment. I think it has a lot more theatrics in it based on the flips and the combo, but it's nothing great. It's nothing great, you know. I'm just gonna put this in alright. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. Alright fits. It's definitely better than Goten. I don't think it's irrelevant. The flips niced him. You take away those flips, nah, there's no limited amount of 10 out of 10s. If they're 10 out of 10, they're 10 out of 10. Simple as. SSBE Vegeta. The punches being so slow always threw me off. It's not an issue, right? But so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he slows down even more to do heavier punches. But then when we get to Toppo's angle, right, or Vegeta's first person angle, the punches are all the same speed. I think they could have put a bit more there, but it's still good. The purple background here and the electricity is a very nice touch to this legendary finish. And then the yellow slightly comes in, then it engages and locks in.
This is everything I've got to die!
His model change here is a really nice touch going into base and the sparkles. It's super nice. There's not a lot going on, but you know, he just did a final explosion and tanked that. Gust of wind. Even Toppo's all shaky and stuff. I think that's a nice touch. Even the beams, like it's the circles, like all of these are rotating, sorry. The zoom in there is a nice touch as well. I don't think this one is like... It's the same as the final explosion, the other one. They belong in the same tier.
I don't think so.
Alright, Vegito Blue. The punch is here. Just cool. This is also like a privilege of the source material, but they've done it a bit worse than Piccolo's special beam cannon, if I'm being real. So if you remember Piccolo's special beam cannon, it had the rings following the beam because that's how the special beam cannon is. The final Kamehameha, because it's meant to be like Final Flash and Kamehameha, there's the yellow rings that follow the Kamehameha, but I feel like it's not super high quality right here, even though it's a nice touch. Like here it's coming in strong. Him coming up and the instant transmission is nice gimmicks.
Now you're finished.
The angle there is super good and the explosion is nice. There's like a huge ring going out. And then more theatrics. The one thing I always give this animation props for, again, it's a downside that there was no ground battles at this time, but him sliding on the floor, could you imagine if there was a floor there? He's sliding on the floor and the camera just goes in and out.
Is that it?
It's not really like anything spectacular, like in the grand scheme of things. They did do really good with the camera work, but it's more theatrics for the moment. If he was landing on the floor, this would be great, but I'm gonna put it in good.
Is that it? Some god you are.
Kid Buu banging on his chest, comes in with a kick. The stomps, his feet coming up from the ground. Good creativity there. Like it's added well into the game. Then he just loads up a explosion. Does everything blow up, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, the whole planet's gone. And then he regenerates in space. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. We might have to rewatch this. The bang on the chest comes in with just a kick. Hold on. It's still pulsating. It should have like dissipated and he loads another one. Unless like I'm remembering wrong and the source material is actually like this, where the beam, like he just loaded one on top of another. So it goes into the ground. And also what I noticed is they stopped using the Goku model. So there's no like struggle or anything of the person that's underneath. Once they get hit with that first one, they just are not in the animation anymore, which is kind of a downside. But what are they gonna do? It's Kid Buu. I think the idea in whole is super creative, like super creative, right? But I don't know. They kind of lacked on camera work and things like that. I don't think it's great. It's just in the good pile. But I do like it a lot. I think it's very creative.
You're gonna pay.
OG Bardock. That would have been nice on the floor. The Super Saiyan out into the smoke. The shadow. This is the camera work that we saw in Vegito Blues. You know when it's like tss, and he's sliding? It's very similar. Bardock's doing his slow walk. The aura is nice. The flip, the camera work here is really nice. They did no cuts here, by the way. That's the first cut right there after he goes Super Saiyan. One thing I don't like here is the beam is very skinny. Here it's big, but you don't really see it. You're just engulfed in it in entirety. Honestly, in the way they incorporated the Super Saiyan aspect, this one is a greater one. This one's going in great. I think it's on that same tier. Very, very stylish with the way they implemented the Super Saiyan. A tier above these ones, in my opinion. because of how they went about approaching Super Saiyan, considering that the Legends Limited is only base form, which is a shame, but we're talking about the animation and the walk. Tough. It's like a better Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the red one.
You asked for it.
Ah, Blue Bros.
Let's do it, Vegeta.
The aura on these guys and landing in is fire. The combos, like, I've spoke about this one so many times. Coming in, they both kick. They're comboing. Vegeta realizes that Goku's punching him and he's gonna send him up to Vegeta, and Vegeta's already ready. Knocks him back down and catches him on an uppercut, and then they both come in for a volley. Then they swing round, go back to back for the Gallic Gun and Kamehameha. And this is what the final Kamehameha should have kind of looked like. So you can see how their beams have joined together, so there's yellow and blue on the inside. The ring should have been higher quality on the Vegeta blue. Could have put him into great. The camera work here is elite. The windscreen is elite.
You were no match for us after all.
It's one of the better ones, and privilege to the source material, but the animation is honestly just a league above what we've seen so far. I think it could compete with UI Goku. So for now, I'm just gonna put it above. I'm gonna keep it above. This is just Vegeta's angle. Oh, there's no volume here. Alright, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The TPs, the elbow, the kick. This is another instance of like good animation, similar to what they did with UI Goku with the after images. So to show you like this guy's moving quick, when he does the kick, they put a gust of like color to show you it was quick. It was quick.
Here I come. Here.
The aura here is like obviously nice because it's G4's model, but it's something a lot of legendary finishers have had. Very creative there with the zigzag and the drop down. He actually zips down and then zips back up. Like, it's very subtle. Then he goes back up really fast into a punch. Knocks him back down.
100 times. Big Bang Kamehameha.
Now that's what
I think this one has a lot of privilege in the sense that G4's model brings him a nice color palette for you to look at, but the animation itself wasn't all that great. For example, if you just imagine this is Frieza. He comes in really fast and then he elbows and does a kick. Now this part is where the color palette kicks in because of the red and the orange. The zigzag is fire, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really just a punch and a knockdown into a Big Bang Kamehameha. It's more privilege of being Gogeta than the animation being phenomenal, but I will not lie, the beam is amazing. And then the finisher is obviously nice, but we've seen this with Super Vegeta as well. I wouldn't really say this is a great animation. I would say this is a good animation when you really break it down. If you're not judging the moment and just what you've seen, I don't think this is on par with like the Dragon Fist Dragon. It might actually be. I'm gonna put it on hold. I'm gonna leave it on hold right there.
we call a fight.
We got Broly. Alright, Broly's one. We've just seen him throw so many punches. It's tiring. But the color palette here that they've implemented, not on his build, I'm talking about with his attacks. That is nice. Look at that. They start off the screen purple and bring in that circle. That is tough. The beams, when he knocks him up, there's a bunch of knockarounds here. This burst of aura is similar to what Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's has. It's just that it's green, which is a very nice thing here. Right hook. I think with the way they finished off the animation, they kind of cheaped out. It was going really well, but the ending isn't as strong. He just starts screaming, and you don't really see the explosion of the enemy character in it. You just see the explosion itself, and the screen goes red. Legendary finish pops up, and then he starts screaming. I do think this one is like great, but it's somewhat no, it's definitely better. It's definitely better. There's a lot more going on. This one's great. This one's easily great. If you really break it down for the colors that they used and the way that they've shown the explosion, the burst of energy, it's just like Gogeta's to a degree, but it does more. It does more. Literally, the color palette is saving Gogeta. He might actually still hit great, but there was a lot less going on in this animation, especially following up with Broly right after. Like, I think there's a clear difference.
Try this.
Perfect Cell. The knockback. Now, this really shows, in my opinion, a bias in how people would vote. But this animation finishes worse, so I'm not going to say that in entirety. But I remember this animation here. People saw it. The knockbacks are whatever. We've seen that with almost every single character. But the zigzag here, I think it's implemented in a cooler way because he's zigzagging while attacking. Then he also zigzags into the sky. So there's like a pure sense of direction because we can see Gohan's model while Cell's attacking. In comparison to G4's legendary finish, they just put a blue background in the back and then he's zigzagging for no reason, just to aura farm. But there's more intention with this animation, which is what makes it better in that aspect. But then he flipping sells the animation, if my memory is correct. So they land here, right? This is aura. Landing there after you just bullied him is flipping aura. But then they sell it so bad. They could have made him power up so much more for this Kamehameha. Then they give you the skinniest beam you've ever seen ever. This could have been so much better. It had potential to be great. Potential to be so great, but they sold it. So it's going in good. It's a half-baked G4 animation. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad how half-baked that animation is.
Go a little overboard.
The final pose is tough though. Who's this? Dragon Fist? Oh yeah. There's a lot to say about this animation. There's a lot to say and perspectives you can take about this animation. But it's definitely two factors that do this animation a big one to enter the 10 out of 10 realms, in my opinion. So first of all, I just want to say the intro, they've kept it short because it's not about the combos. I don't want to see pointless punches. Nobody wants to see that. We're here to see the Dragon Fist. They come in, quick kick. Let's load in the Dragon Fist instantly. No delay. They load in the Dragon Fist. And the main complaint people have about this animation is that it's the summon animation. But if you've never seen the summon animation, this is a 10 out of 10 animation. There's no comparison here. It's not about the moment. It's about what we're seeing on the screen. And what we're seeing is an amazing animation. The dragon spins, then it swirls in, grabs the enemy, right? So you still see them on the screen. They've still got them. So what a lot of legendary finishers forget about is once the big attack starts, they just make the model disappear. But you can still see, obviously in this case it's Kid Buu, you can still see Kid Buu in the dragon's mouth. Then he does the extra swirl and you see all the flames. And they even slow it down for you to understand the attack is that powerful. And then we get one of the best finishes for all legendary finishes. The Dragon Fist, Superman pose, whatever you want to call it, All Might. The stand of victory. With the sparkles, we haven't seen sparkles like this on the final pose since like, the most recent one is like Gamma's 1 and 2. This is an easy 10 out of 10. Sword of Hulk Trunks. Double slash, triple slash. key blasts that never worked. Those key blasts did nothing. Zamasu literally just pushed through them. But good animations going on. They're showing you an actual fight scene. A lot of legendary finishes don't really give the opposition a chance to do anything. They just throw out the big attack. But in this case, they're creating a scene for you, where Zamasu seems to be on the aggressive in addition to Trunks' attack. The flips there are nice. The black screens to show the emphasis on the slashes. Remember when I showed you Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's? When he done the kick, you see the red show up to show the speed of the slash. But they've even blacked out the screen to add emphasis. And they've kept the X marks the spot because he done a double slash. The Sword of Hope loads up. Goes blue. Gets the blue aura. Big addition. Zamasu dies today. Triple slash. The gust of winds are really nice. I always appreciate those. It's very subtle there. It was only there for a split moment. You see the Super Saiyan 2 Bojack Gohan beams, they slightly rotate as well. They implemented that very subtly. Explosion goes off.
Thank you.
Eyes closed. Solemn. Honestly, it's a very good animation. This one hits great. It's not a 10 out of 10, even though they create a scene. I'm trying to think what it lacks for it to not be 10 out of 10, because I can say it's not 10 out of 10, but why is it not 10 out of 10? I think they done a lot to be a 10 out of 10. The sword went from yellow to blue. They added an extra aura on Trunks. They created a fight scene. The flips, the animation, there's fluidity in all the actions. They've implemented the black screens.
Come on, guys! Zamasu dies today!
Honestly, if they made this Vegito, just imagine Vegito instead of Trunks, and they made the sword that big, this would be in people's mouths. Gobble, gobble, gobble. I'm gonna put this on hold. I think the animation is actually pristine. It's just that people are not wooed by the moment. But for what it is, this is an elite animation.
I won't lose to someone who believes in nothing but himself!
The explosion is huge. The real question would be with this animation, as a legendary finish and its animation quality, why is it not a 10? And it's very difficult to answer that question. You can say it's not a 10 out of 10, but you can't say why, because it does everything that it needs to do to be a 10. The source material is done very well. I just feel like people are not moved. People are not moved by the moment. Oh well. Jiren's coming in. I've always found Jiren's legendary finish weird, and I know it's like this in the anime. It's like it's very static, but it's done intentionally. They've created a fight scene again here. The orange circle for the attempt to block, but Jiren ain't having that. This would look amazing on ground battles. Look at this. Boof, boof, boof. This would look elite on ground battles. The destruction on the ground on ground battles. Oh my god, that would be so good. Too bad though. They put a lot of emphasis in this animation for how the opposition is getting booted around the place. Like, there's less animation here for Jiren versus the person who's getting knocked around. Look at this. They're getting volleyed. You're not seeing much from Jiren. The person is like, oh no, another attack. Ugh. They're animating the enemy more than Jiren. Bro. Turned him into Bakugo here. He's floating. Bro, it's literally the enemy's animation. Am I tripping?
It's over.
More enemy animations! Jiren's doing nothing! It's not even a bad thing. It's like he doesn't have screen time in his own LF. I never noticed this.
Be gone.
But it's great. Like, it's actually good.
Goku.
The reason this is not a 10 is because they don't have enough Jiren screen time. Show him aura farming or like, you know, turning around or something, you know. You're just animating a dead body. It's a good animation though. It's actually on the better end. But they're dead just animating a dead body.
Farewell.
This is my old.
Alright, Gogeta Blue. Left punch, another stomach punch. Very privileged animation here based on the source material. The rings are very nice. I didn't even notice he done a backflip there. Did you guys know that? Look at this, look at this. Look at him. He kicks him up. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. Yo. The angles are phenomenal, and even here you're engulfed in the blue beam. The colors are crazy, the models are crazy, the impacts are crazy. Look at this. You know when animes do the circle, like when they send a Team Rocket in the sky in Pokemon, and they didn't even use that for the final. They just said, "Oh, that's just a part of it." This guys are gonna hate me. This is the same explosion as Sword of Hope Trunks. It's the same thing. It's just yellow. But like I said, some people are not moved by the moment, but the legendary finish, this segment here, is the exact same explosion as Sword of Hope Trunks. The color there was like a sunset for how powerful his own explosion was. You can see he goes orange. He's dead serious about it too. The blue beam in the eyes, the Kamehameha, and another moment that you want to pick out here. If you look behind him, there's even gusts of wind. He's generating his own tornado behind him based on his Kamehameha. The 360 spin, extra theatrics. We've seen that countless times, but it's beautiful.
Let's do this again.
The glow in the hair, the smile, the colors. This one is obviously a 10 out of 10. I think it's the best animation we've seen so far, honestly. Everything that every other animation is good for, this one perfected it. They have the enemy getting fried, the beams, the colors, the camera spinning. It's all around great. We're gonna take a break once we get halfway through. Right now we're at 30, so we still got a lot to go. Rico, what's good, by the way? I'll react to your video tomorrow, by the way.
So you'd better make this fun.
Tag droids. I really like the way Android 17 rolls in.
Ready? Let's go, 18.
Yeah.
The way they like merge there has always got me. I think it's a very nice touch.
Ready? Let's go, 18.
Yeah.
It's so smooth. People are gonna hate me for this as well.
Go, 18.
People are gonna hate me for this as well. But if Blue Bros did this, gobble, gobble, gobble. If you just show them blue lines behind their body when they're moving fast and Blue Bros, people will glaze.
Yeah.
The knockaround, look, similar thing. They get knocked. 18 takes a lower position for 17 to sneak, and then they do the combo together, and then they prepare for the next thing. If Blue Bros did that with just their blue aura and the blue lines coming behind them, people will start glazing. But it's the same thing. It's like very similar things.
Time to end this.
I think this final like angle is really nice, especially to the source material.
It was fun.
The only thing I will obviously, this is not
be
as good as Blue Bros animations, but you guys can't explain why. I know why. The reason this animation is worse than Blue Bros, right? And it's not getting a 10 out of 10. It's going to get a great. The reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because the camera work was mediocre. They did not implement enough camera work where Blue Bros are flying around and you're watching the camera chase them. In this one, they kept it very static, and that's what downscales it. But in terms of what's actually happening, it's very similar to Blue Bros. Like, if they were doing this and the camera was going, this would be a 10 out of 10. But there's no camera work.
Time to end this.
This part here is really nice, but you know, the camera work really sells it. Give them camera work, that's a 10 out of 10, but it's going in great. MUI Goku. Spin into the kick, the lines. Is there after images? No after images. No after images. No after images. This part where he speeds round him carries this whole animation. Oh my god. This animation, hold on. The explosion is really good, I'm not gonna lie.
This is the power of trust.
This animation, if they added simply after images to every single flow of motion of MUI Goku, it would be a 10 out of 10. If we're seeing lines behind him, I'm using my fingers like you guys can see. If you could see lines behind him of after images, it would be a 10 out of 10. But the lack of after images, like, he's moving very fast to the point Jiren can't fathom it. But then it just feels bland when it's meant to be Ultra Instinct Goku. You're meant to show the display of speed. There's nothing emphasizing that MUI Goku is the fastest right here. It's just good aura, white hair, and he's shirtless. And they tried to bait us with they did do the after image lines. So they need to display the speed. Look, how is he moving that fast but there's nothing? This is cool as well. I think this is the only time we see an after image, and it's very, like, you can barely notice it. Your naked eye can barely notice that. Let me even slow it down to see if it's possible. They don't even have an after image there. That's so lazy. It's meant to be Ultra Instinct, you know? Like, I'm actually in position to put this in good. I think it's plain. For one of the most, like, fantastic forms we've ever seen. Yeah, there's no after image. That's lazy, man. Lazy. That's lazy. That's lazy. It's such a letdown from what we saw with the UI sign. The only display of speed they literally have in this animation is the blue lines to show you that he outsped. But if they just added after images, it would 10x this animation. Regardless, if we ignore the moment, so there's no after image, where there could have been, that downscales it. And then I think most of it is just being lots of knockrounds, you know, just a bunch of punches all around the place. It's not moving people that much, but the Kamehameha is pretty good in my opinion. And then the voice line also sells him.
This is the power of trust, Jiren.
You were fighting him by yourself. What are you talking about trust for? You took the whole tournament taking risks because you wanted to get UI, you greedy cunt. Talking about trust, bruv. This guy's Goku's always lying. Let's get into Trunks, bro. There's a lot of creativity in this one. off memory, it's similar to how I would scale Kid Boo's one. The slicing of the screen really upscales it, and they get right into the business.
Goku isn't the only Super Saiyan.
With a lot of these legendary finishes, they add random punches all over the place just to make you feel like something is happening. But with Trunks' animation, it's straight in and busy. And he slices Frieza, and you see the screen literally start. Then he just finishes him off quick time, and he puts the sword away. Honestly, it's not a 10 out of 10. If we were talking about the moment, sure. But the animation itself, I'm putting it in good. It's good. If they wanted to upscale it, they could have added aspects of what we saw in the superhero movie. So like they could have sped it up, even shown like they could have added a funny moment of them watching it on the TV. Like Trunks is going crazy. Like, you know, they could add lots of theatrics if they wanted to remake it and upscale it. Just my own personal thoughts.
There's one more right here.
Kill them all!
Final form Cooler. The knockarounds or whatever, again, like it's cool.
I will end this.
This is where the thing actually happens. Honestly, I think he's a victim of his source material. The only thing that made this animation really cool is his pose at the start. This. The knockarounds are just whatever. If this was ground battles, there would be a wall here, which would make it better, of course, but we don't have that. And this rise, we saw it with tag droids, right? The tag droids part. You know, I'm messed with Final Form Cooler, but the animation is like, this is mediocre. Put it in alright.
Into the line.
Now, the knockarounds or whatever, I've been saying this the whole thing, they're just putting in filler punches for the animation. But one thing I will give respect to, another thing I can make an exception for, is when they keep the camera still. If you're gonna knock somebody around, keep the camera still. Don't cut it. Don't cut it. The cameraman is live. I'm live streaming this fight. He's live streaming this on Twitch. Oh, oh. He said, yeah? I like that. I like those animations. Don't cut it. Don't cut it. At least they don't cut it.
Finish this. Special beam cannon.
The special beam cannon is very beautiful.
Special beam cannon.
The rings around the straight. Honestly, looking at this further, this looks worse than Piccolo's special beam cannon. No BS. They just put a blue line in the middle and put some bro. This basically Ultra Ink. Is this a legend animation? This beam is ass. Like, actually looking at it, this is not a good beam. Like, fair enough, there's the electricity before, so I'll give it to him with the red, and the generation is good. Okay, it gets upscaled with some red lightning, but they're still trying to, like, they're trying to finesse you here. If you pause it for any moment, you just see white lines. Like, there's not enough detail in the beam for me. I can see it's a special beam cannon, though. Blue Beast. I'm gonna put him on hold. He might enter good, depending on how things go.
You'll see. I'll protect everything and everyone.
It's over.
Tag 4s. Right hook. This is an angle we haven't seen before from the side. They come into pause first person. Again, they're doing the Blue Bros thing, but the camera work is just significantly worse. Lovely. I love the live stream, bro. I love the live stream, bro. Yeah? No cuts. No cuts. We're just moving. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah! Cameraman, good job. I like that. The green and blue is really nice. Unique way finished legendary finish. It's not something we've seen before. They damn near beam clashed to finish Omega. That is crazy.
I knew we could do it.
And then the aura farm, but that's just like privilege to their you know, models. This one's going in great. They added a little unique twist and the camera work was good, just like the tag droids.
It's over!
Trunks and Vegeta.
Eat this! Masenko!
Masenko.
Do this together.
See?
I'll help you.
Wait! Ah, this guy, bruv. This guy's trying to make a YouTube short.
Do this together.
This guy said, yeah, I'm gonna record. Hold on 1 second. What are you doing? Why are you cutting it? Why are you cutting it? Why are you cutting it? Keep the camera on the cast. You need to keep the stream up. Why is he cutting it, man? It makes the animation so buns. Like, that, it was going so well. Trunks came out of nowhere. He said, hee. Come on, man. It had so much potential.
I'll help you out.
If Vegeta came in one more time, it would have been perfect. Again, people try similar downscale because of the sound of animation, but the colors here are amazing. Very evidently, this is not on the same level as Tag Droids and Tag 4s, and it's 100% worse than Blue Bros. So we're putting that in good. For a tag unit, they should be reaching great, but that's poor, man. Ah, wrong button.
Not bad, Trunks.
All right.
Don't you toy with me!
MVP 17.
It's the end.
Let me go back on that. Hold on.
It's the end.
There's a slight cut there. Do you know what's funny about this guy's beam? Like as in MVP 17's? This beam is just the start of his animation. But this is literally the accumulation, the whole total of some people's legendary finishes. Do you know how bizarre that is? Look at the sparks. This is just the start of his. But this is some people's whole LF. Black bars to hone in on the eyes. Nice. Color change. Source materials busting him here. Helping him a lot. Ooh, the red screen in the back. That's not something we've seen to contrast the green in this animation. This is CMZ. CMZ, but MVP 17 is facing towards Jiren. CMZ's ends the same way. But they're just a bit more theatrics with it.
This is the power of.
And I really like how on the finish. Oh, there is a cut. They didn't need to cut there, man. Stay on stream. Look, if they just went legendary finish fades and they just smoothed it out, you know, they smoothed it out into his face, that would have been mad. It would make a big difference. It would make a big difference. We're gonna put it on hold. We're gonna put it on hold. No, actually, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Of Universe 7.
Rev UI. Another failed opportunity to show after images. Is there gonna be any here? Another failed opportunity to show after images.
I'm fighting for.
Is there any here? You're getting carried by the fact your UI, bro. I do like this legendary finish personally, but this animation sucks. This is not great, fam. I'm actually not gonna lie. This is alright. He's getting carried by the fact he's UI. It's actually not a good animation.
I'm fighting for everyone. I won't lose. I'll make my stand against him. You power up.
Alright, we got Boo-Bros.
Let's go.
We'll count that part, I guess.
Let's go. Kamehameha. Into the line.
The two, like, zoom in Kamehameha, the beam's big, but it's just a Kamehameha. However,
There. I sure.
this is the only reason I'm putting it in alright and not irrelevant. Because of the split screen, they go in alright. That is saving them. But if there wasn't a split screen, it's irrelevant. The split screen is respectable. You know, it's something. But it's not a good LF. Not at all.
Sure kept you waiting. Sorry about that, Vegeta. They won't be
Little
next
interaction
time.
too. Go Frieza, we're here. Literally just did Boo-Bro's animation for just the blue card. You're trolling. I did rocks before the ground battle. Respectable. Very good scene. Purple background. We've seen this in SSBE Vegeta's animation. Do not be confused. We've seen this before. The background. Just saying.
Oh, yeah!
Launches him. The purple aura is nice. Combined with the flashing. That is beautiful. Do you say mouth movement? Oh! Bonus points. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Good shout, export. I did not see the mouth movement. That's a very big plus.
Oh, yeah!
It's 1-to-1 with him speaking.
Frieza, we did it!
This is all round a 10 out of 10. They got mouth movements. There's not special auras because they're literally in their base forms, but this is final form, I guess. You get the purple, you get the yellow. The flashing of Goku's hair going black and yellow is very, or black and gold is very nice. This part here contrasting is very nice. But I kind of feel like the reason I'm putting this on hold, it's not a 10 out of 10. No, for what it is, it's a 10 out of 10. But I'm mentioning the source material, and I'm not supposed to do that. I was almost biased for a second. I'm not supposed to consider the moment. I'm not supposed to. It's a 10 out of 10. There should be Jiren's POV. Remember how I mentioned in some animations, they literally forget about the opposition. They don't like do much with the opposition's body. So Goku and Frieza are going in, right? You get a lot of focus on them, but this is a moment where they were taking out Jiren. So Jiren's body is there, but they show no close-up of the enemy in this moment. The source material, you should have a close-up of the enemy, but that doesn't matter for how good this animation is. That's what I want to say. Look, you just get a close-up of Goku and Frieza, but there should be a close-up of who you're opposing as well, at least so they're getting knocked out. Then you just get another close-up of Goku and Frieza. That's what downscales it if you're considering the source material. You think it's a limitation? Nope, they've done it before. In Jiren's LF, the antagonist has more screen time than Jiren. So they're capable of doing it. And there's a lot of LFs that we see where there's both. It's a good mix. But this is a 10 out of 10 regardless. I just realized I wasn't ordering them. Dragon Fist is better than Rose. Gold Freeze is better than Rose. And I'm keeping it like that for now. I might adjust later. We've got 5 more and then we get a break. And I think I'll do the rest tomorrow maybe. Yeah.
The gestures is...
I got you.
Orange Piccolo. 3-piece extension of his arm. That's very creative. Boom!
Nowhere to run.
Again, showing you like aspects of this animation. Could you imagine, yeah, if they put us in a first-person view or just a slightly above angle of Piccolo's arm and the cameraman didn't cut and it's closing in, and when it grips his leg, we're with the arm. Could you imagine if the cameraman don't cut the stream, how good this animation could be? That's the stuff that gets me. The cuts are cool though. It's a very creative angle. I didn't know this was One Piece. I didn't know this was JJK. Impact Piece. I didn't know. That was a crazy pause right there. Alright, now let's look at this special beam cannon. The direction they've taken with their special beam cannons, this is just like the Blue Beast. However, they changed the color scheme. So the initial beam is green instead of white, and this is orange, and it's just a bunch of like, I don't want to say scribbles, but it's not like the original one from Saiyan Saga. Do you know what I'm saying? I prefer the original one low-key because it kind of feels like a beam, but they could smooth it out with their new ones. I kind of want to get to Red Beast to have like a comparison in mind. And it cleans out here when it impacts. Little glitch at the end there. LR Super Goji. Oh, hold on. Is this Dokkan? My fault.
Take care of the doctor.
Shenron gave me quite a bit.
Windscreen's pretty weak. I think this is just good. It's just good. No. This is actually better than Beast. I'm putting this in great. Yeah. Now that we go back to the tier list and we have like a measure, there's a lot more creativity with the arm stretching with Orange Piccolo. It really is better than Beast. So now I can put this in great, and this can really see good with no bias. I'm glad I kept him on hold because the moment can really set you apart, but the animation isn't, you know, that far apart. And a lot of people get wooed by the character, but not me. I see everything today. I'm still stuck on G4 though. I'm thinking of putting him in good, honestly, but I'm gonna hold him there.
Bit extra.
The Gammas 1 and 2. Good gust of aura here. Hits this guy. Much better than what Boo Bros had, by the way. Light years better of animation than what Boo Bros had when they do the prep time. Vegeta, like, come on, bro. And the aura here is looking really good. This is reminiscent of Blue Bros color pattern because you know how we have Vegeta Blue and Blue Bros where they incorporate the final Kamehameha or the Gallic Gun and the Kamehameha with the Blue Bros animation, and you see the blue and the yellow. He's putting in that beautiful color scheme with himself. He's also blue and yellow, which is nice. Flies to the sky. One thing that would have been nice, obviously I'm not downscaling it because of this. This is a factor that I feel like the cameraman shouldn't cut, you know? He flies to the sky, and if the cameraman caught him in the sky, and then they're like, time to nosedive, so he goes, and then you watch him descend. Oh my god, that would, just that tiny moment would upscale this animation so much more. Anyways, the colors here are super nice, like I said. The explosion here is crazy. Gamma 1 on the side. Not gonna lie, that was a little budget. Look at the way he gets blown away. It's not even like he goes or like, you know, he just kind of gets, it's like a PNG. Legends, don't be lazy now. Come on, man. Yeah, look, this is a good aspect of them incorporating the antagonist, the opponent, the person you're opposing in the animation. So they got Piccolo here holding the blow, right? Back to Gamma 2, and Piccolo's still there. That's what I want to see in an animation. It doesn't just big explosions to block out the extra work they can do. They're actually keeping the enemy on stage. Look, even when they changed the color, you thought he was going to disappear. They show you one more time to remind you that it's an actual fight. And then they show him fading away, which some animations forget, you know. And of course, no ground, but this is ahead of its time. We're not meant to see this part. Nice.
You did great, number 2.
The gleam of light, similar to Dragon Fist. Shouldn't be a hot take to say that this is a 10 out of 10. Better than Rose. I'm keeping it there.
I hope you're ready.
I have the other cell.
Why?
Well, that was mild.
Let's move on.
Entertaining.
You're mine.
Good job, cameraman. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're mine.
He said. Oh, good job. Good job, cameraman. Good job. Staying at Goku's back for the angle. I think there's a cut there, but the cameraman was so smooth with it that you don't even notice there's a cut. This guy got Premiere Pro? What's he editing on? Sony Vegas? Look. Yeah. Cameraman got money now. This is nice. There's a lot of knockbacks now, but you know, that's normal. Ooh. Small moment of grit here. We've seen that in Legend Bardock's pulsating. I think that's a very nice touch. Again. And the sweat marks got upscaled. I think it's just... We're putting this one on hold. I'm in between putting it in good because I don't think it's the same level as Legends Limited Bardock. And that's a good metric to use. But I do think it can be. We're going to have to hold that. He's going to have to hold that for now.
Here I go! Take this! Rock, paper, scissors!
Okay.
Here I
Oh,
go!
the cameraman got money for this one, if I remember. Look at the cameraman getting paid. He said, get money! Get money, man! Get money, man! Oh my god, I love you, cameraman. Hey, he went off in this animation. He went off. He went off. He said, yeah? Yeah? This is a Kaiser Night stream. Mafia fan. He said, yeah? Yeah. That's fire. Come on, bro. That's fire, bro. This is a straight good animation. Comes in with the spin, streaming. throws the stick, he's got to cut it.
Rock, paper, scissors. Here I go.
Small detail you might have not noticed, yeah? The stick, the power pole, goes into the sky, and where he knocks DKP,
Rock, paper,
he
scissors.
knocks him into the sky as well.
Here I go. You're the
So after he does the Kamehameha into the sky, the only thing that comes down is the power pole and DKP's dead. Woo! That's a good animation. That's a good animation there. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually a 10 out of 10. This is actually a 10 out of 10. Really looking at it and not judging the moment. You don't, like, imagine you've never seen Dragon Ball before. The cap... Yeah, it like... It goes up and then it flows back down behind him to land in his hands. That's actually a 10. There's no flashy lights because it's OG. But wow, they compensated with the camera work. That's in the top brass. That's in the top brass, bro. When you really break it down, that's in the top brass, bro.
I'm gonna get even stronger.
That's our halfway point. We're at 90. There's 92 LFs, and we are at 46. What's the time? 10 o'clock. The stream's meant to end right now. Now, my dumbass, right? I made this tier list. I made this tier list in incognito. So if I close it, it's gonna disappear. LRs are included. So I low-key have to finish it right now, or I'm not gonna have access to this again. Just make a screenshot. Yeah, if I take a pic of it, I have to rearrange it tomorrow. How many people are in the stream? I can't even see. Tensky? Oh, guys are vibing first. How long was that recording first? Let me see. If it corrupted, I'll actually scream. 85 minutes! Holy fries. Holy fries. Yeah, Twitch is gonna have to hold that today. I'm not gonna lie. We might get an hour in on Twitch today. We might get an hour in on Twitch. No, it's gonna be one video. It's gonna be one video. I'll upload it on Wednesday. Let's finish this. Let's finish this. Let's finish this. Let's keep going. I stream other games on Twitch. So we're playing GTA San Andreas right now. And I'd usually do that for 2 hours after this stream. But I actually want to finish this. I'm recording. Actually, let me just check that I'm recording. Yeah, it's recording. It's recording. Let's continue. Hi-Con and Super Go Geo. The source material limits the potential they put into this Super Gogeta, in my opinion. It's a very good moment, but in terms of actual animation, it's good, right? Like, subtly, you can barely see it, but something they incorporate to make this feel like the Fusion Reborn movie as best as they could, they draw horizontal lines. So the way they sometimes depict speed, maybe you've seen that clip of Super Vegito in Dragon Ball Z versus Buu, and he's just standing there, and Buhan is literally punching him, but he's just standing there. But then afterwards, they start showing the horizontal lines to show that he was actually moving, but he was so fast that he wasn't moving, if that makes sense. With Super Gogeta, they show these like horizontal scratches to really give you a depiction of his speed. And then it's just like a black background, you know. I really like how they incorporate the opposition actually making it a fight. The sparkles are a nice touch as well. And the smile is a nice touch as well. But the animation isn't like spectacular or anything. If you like the moment, fair enough, but the animation itself isn't super special. It's going in good. This animation could have came out in 2020 and I wouldn't look past it. But this animation came out in what? 2024?
I'll show you.
2023, my bad. Evo Ken. Yeah. Another animation where I'm not moved by the punches. Like, I know this is what they were doing, yeah. But like, just spamming punches, it's not gonna get me excited. They're trying to woo you with the auras. Look. They're trying to get you with the red, the sparkles. They're trying to get you, bro. You know that one meme where it's the white guy and he's looking at the lights and he's like, you know what I'm talking about? That's how they're trying to get you. That's how they're trying to get you, bro. It's alright. It's alright, bro. It's alright.
What an incredible warrior.
Yeah, it's amazing just how...
I can't afford to lose.
Red Beast comes in with the kick. I really appreciate them getting straight into... You say what meme? This meme. You never seen this? This is how like people be doom scrolling. But that's how they're trying to get you with that animation, because there wasn't much more going on. They just showed you bright lights. But yeah, back to Beast.
I can't afford to lose.
This is Gamma 1 and 2 level environment. Can you see how this is like post Gamma 2 death already? And it's just the start. Similar to Super Saiyan Trunks, they're getting straight into it. They're not trolling. The electricity build-up is on max. Now let's see if the special beam is actually fire. Alright, so they took a different approach with this special beam in comparison to Blue Beast. So what they did was they used beams like a Kamehameha, but then they coated it with electricity and stuff. So the beam looks more powerful than the previous versions of Beast Gohan. So even this, it's not great. Just imagine he said Kamehameha, right? And it's the same thing. Kamehameha! And it's just the same animation we've seen multiple times, actually. I used to really like this animation as well, like on a personal level. The pan part upscales it as well because it makes it like a beautiful scene.
You're amazing, Papa!
But the animation itself isn't crazy. What sets the tone is how powerful he builds it up. But the actual special beam cannon is closer to just the Kamehameha with a lot of like waves around it. I guess it's their depiction of a special beam cannon, but it doesn't look as good as it could look, in my opinion. And Pan does upscale it. If it wasn't for Pan, I'm putting him on hold. He might sneak into great. The Pan scene moment is very nice. Special beam cannon needs to be more thin. I I don't know. I just feel like they need to define it more. It's not about the size of it. They just need to really show that there's a beam in the middle and there's waves of it really strongly going around. But it kind of just feels like the outside of it is really light. It needs to be heavy. Like, can you see? It's really like the opacity, if you edit, is really low. And you can see through the beam. It should be very strong and stiff. If you get what I'm saying.
Don't go thinking I've gone soft yet.
The build-up gives you placebo. Goku and Bardock. Cameraman did a bit of work here.
This time around.
This animation's just good. The cameraman did a bit of work here, you know. I do appreciate how the cameraman was moving, but I feel like they should have done more combos if the cameraman was going to be this effective. I feel like they kind of cut it short. So what? Look. You get the start of it. They rush in. The camera's following them just like the legendary, the summon animation. Throws them across. Then there's more cameraman following. But then they cut that off really quickly. And then they just lead up to the top where they hit this attack. And then from there, it's just like a regular beam that we've seen countless times.
This time around,
the windscreen is tough though. But I don't feel like there's a lot of impact with this legendary finish when it comes to the actual animation. The idea and concept is great though. Like I said, I'm putting that in good.
really did it.
Here it goes.
I like how they used Omega there and he's flying. The sparkles here is very good. The Spirit Bomb here is actually high quality as well. I like that. I like that. At first, I would have just assumed it was just going to be a normal explosion. But then they show you the distance that it's traveling. That's like a display of speed as well. And then it blows up, but it shows you the Team Rocket type of ding, you know, and they black out the screen. I forgot whose animation had this. Flip's sake. I think it was maybe Jiren or Orange Pickle. I don't remember. But someone's animation had this and I pointed it out as well. It's a very nice touch that gives it a bit better of a I don't even know what to say. Flair, you could say. The explosion is also slightly different than what we've seen. It's very spiky. We don't usually get spiky finishes like this. It's usually just like a hot explosion nuke. But this one's very, like, you know, I think that's a nice touch. The dragon is also a nice touch as well.
Thanks,
if they made his mouth move, I would put it in great. But it's really just the explosion putting it into good. They kind of lazied out on the final part making his mouth move, so I'm going to put it in good.
Everyone's help! I pulled it off!
Time to die!
Super 17.
Take this!
In my opinion here, the cameraman didn't need to cut. He could have just kept it on him. Like, do you see how it looks like they messed up the editing if you really pay attention to it? They zoomed out. They were already out. Then they zoomed back in to barely show us barely any of his face, just to zoom back out. If they were going to stay in on his face, they should have showed us like maybe half a second more, in my opinion. Just a tiny bit. Like, there was no point of them doing that, in my opinion. But it's because I think they kind of change how they're animating him, so they make that adjustment. I'm not an animator, but I'm only judging what I see. The colors here are really nice. This is SSBE Vegeta, but done orange, and it's now diagonal, which is a nice touch. The sparkles there are really nice. Hello? Didn't we just see that in Bombku's animation? They did that back to back. That doesn't matter not for this video, but like back. This nuke is phenomenal. Do you know what's funny about that? Bombku has the exact same explosion, but everyone glazed Super 17 because he was at Battle Hour. But Bombku, everyone was like, ah. The Legends community is actually aura and hype moments. It's the hair toss. Hold on. I remember this being more fluid. It's not as fluid as I remember it, but it's still nice. Honestly, I think they went really well with the effects. A big thing about this animation is the effects. Like this, right? They made sure to get the effects on point. It's not really about the camera work for him, even though there is some degree of it. I'm gonna put this in great. But I don't think it's better than a lot of these now that I'm really breaking it down. I am moved by it on a personal level. But like, if I was being as objective as possible, it's not that great. Like, to make a 10 out of 10, oh, I put it in hold. It's not like this. And actually, now that I'm seeing some of these, I'm putting Beast back down. I'm putting Super Saiyan Goku up. And I'm gonna put G4 down. Super Vegeta. For this animation, you kind of have to judge it with the mindset of DBZ because they animated it with that intention, and you can very much tell. Like, look how stationary he is there, and then they just make him like, you know, disappear. That's intentional, and I think that's a very nice touch. It gives you the nice feel. Even the way he flies under him, it looks like he's like, this is invincible, prime invincible animation. But it's done intentionally because of how long ago this series came out. I like how they made, look at the way he's floating up. Like, this is a good touch of, look at the gravity here. Hold on. Do you see how he like hovers and floats? That's nice. That's nice. I like that. Oh, there's even rocks there. Never really noticed that. The dust here. This is giving Gold Freezer, you know, type of effects. SSBE Vegeta again, but yellow. That's a beam we haven't seen before. Because of the way they've angled it, you can tell that it's curved and meant to be directed down. Did you say mouth movement? Mouth movement is a big plus.
So did you like that, Cell?
They stopped the mouth movement for this final part, but they did have it in the animation, which is nice. Honestly, this is great. This is great. This is great. This is great. That was a very good animation. Very good animation.
It's over.
Super Gauge 2. The punches knocked down. Goes into 8. This is done better than 8 Vegeta if I remember already. So this is going to be hitting a great straight away. And there's even more animation in regards to it. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
You couldn't have made this easier for me.
yeah, they did a really good job showing you some fight scenes with him as Super Baby 2, but then when he goes into Ape, they did a lot more with the Ape form, which actually just upscales how you view this animation. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 because the movement isn't that fluid, but understandably so because he's that huge. But that isn't my fault. It just is what it is. Super Baby 2 is going in great. Makes sense.
Get real.
Nappa and Vegeta. Oh. Ooh. Something I haven't really spoke about that makes a big difference in these legendary finish animations is the speed. The speed that they play some of these movements at. Because they animate it, then they have to pick a speed for what they want it to happen at. And I think here, they got the speed for Vegeta perfectly. Let me just make sure I'm at normal speed, yeah. So the way he goes up quickly, loads up, and was that cameraman or was that Vegeta? Cameraman got a flash, got speed force? I'm not sure. I think that's the cameraman. It's the cameraman. It's the cameraman. Oh my god. Yo. Props to the cameraman. It's not something you'd notice unless you're really breaking it down, but it makes a difference. How he get the speed force?
You are far beneath me.
Something that you don't really notice, but it makes a big difference, right? Do you see this like if I like breathed heavy on this camera, you'd have like the mist, and you know, because my breath's hot, let's say, right? Everyone's breath's hot. They added like this purple hue to show like his attack dissipating, and then it goes clear screen with like the lines. Do you see? And now your vision's really good now. I think that's something that should be brought up a bit more as well, because it's a small detail that a lot of people wouldn't pick up on. You're watching it and you don't realize that your eyes have darkened because of how they've added that purple film. I think it's a good animation though, nonetheless. Yeah, because it's mainly just a Gallic gun. The cameraman tried to upscale it to great. He tried to upscale it to great. He did his best. But the source material just isn't enough here. So what we're looking at is very minimal.
Try this on.
Oh, fusing Super Vegeta. Alright, so they give you an impact frame 1. There's also like the gust of wind there. The cameraman cuts a lot in this animation, but he makes up for it. The cameraman makes up for it with the speed force. He did his training arc with Nappa and Vegeta, and he said, oh yeah, I can keep up. Look how far away he is. Cameraman, that makes that moment really nice. It would be a big difference than if they just cut. So we give him that. We get the little UI Goku flash black moment, or we've seen it with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as well. They black out the screen to show this impact, which is a nice choice. They also show lightning behind, again bringing back the SSBE Vegeta, the yellow one type of effects. Knocks him in the sky. They give you creativity here, smoke, cartoon smoke, and the gust of wind are huge. And then they bring back the cell. So remember how I said, I know there's probably someone screaming at their screen when I said it earlier. Cells, the purple cell, the way he zigzags with intention. But G4 doesn't zigzag with intention. He's just zigzagging for aura. But here, there's an intention behind it because Vegeta's knocked him up, the smoke trail, And then the lightning strikes is just the speed. The display of speed is important. G4 and Cell have that too. But the intention makes the animation a bit more better. He's not just doing it for no reason. And I think that makes this really nice. This part also upscales it. Adding more models into the animation always is going to upscale an animation, similar to how I've given the Ape and even Super Saiyan 3 Goku earlier in the tier list.
We'll finish you!
They didn't forget about the opponent, so he got caught up in the beam. He got folded like a lawn chair, bro. Flipping hell. Head all digging up his backside. Finished. And then they give us the typical fusion finish. Creativity here is a 10. The camera work could have been better, but there is an aspect of it. What's animated is a 10. It's DBZ, so you're not going to see as much flare like how we have with Blue Bros or Gogeta Blue. But they still found a way to do that with the smoke and the lightning, and I think that upscales it. Even though, like I said, the camera work could have been better, it fits DBZ in general. Though, even though it's my personal favorite, I don't think it's one of the better 10s. I don't think it's one of the better 10s. Oh, DBZ Kakarot, yeah, I know, but DBZ Kakarot is taking the DBZ moments and they added their own twist on it. What I'm saying is they're not going to animate it like it's the Broly movie. So, where's Vegito? He's going to go in the 10 out of 10 box. Better than that Goku. Better than Rose. Better than the Gammas. Might stop him right there. Might stop him right there, honestly. He doesn't go beyond that because the camera work kind of held him back. But he's still a 10 out of 10.
Actually kind of boring to be so strong. Let's finish this.
Using GB. So you see already, in terms of effects, he's outclassing Super Vegito. There's even like yellow spikes, like sparks, sorry, in his punch. There was literally, if those are red, people will be saying Black Flash. Is that Yuji? Something they upscaled here, which a lot of people aren't really appreciating because they have nostalgia tax. This pink, I think it adds a extra layer of bliss to this animation. And if you look at the charge effects, it's not like the OG version. The OG version is a lot more vibrant and bright. What the approach they've taken for this animation is they made the charge up much thinner, which defines it more. And I think it's a preference thing on whether you like it more defined and thinner versus the OG, which is like all over the place and blurry. Naturally, I think if there's more color to look at, it will kind of look better to most people's eyes. But I think an artist, like somebody who studies art or draws art, would really look at this one and understand that they've darkened the background, they sharpened the aura, and they've kept the opacity light on the inside, and the pink is contrasting the blue, which makes this pop in comparison to the OG one. So it's a preference aspect, but this is, in my opinion, just as good if you're objectively looking at it. Yeah, like look how sharp they fuzzied. Like this is like very hand drawn, and they're trying to make it clean in comparison to the OG one, and they're keeping the pink trail on him. That punch was heavy. Look at Broly's neck twist up. His head's got a dent in it. You're not gonna notice that unless you're pausing. But you know, as you can see, there's a lot more minute details that you don't really pick up because the moment and the speed is super fast. But this is a good animation. He did a 360. They slowed it down to add emphasis as well, and then they give the kick. There's the gust of wind there as well with the yellow. Now, the only thing I would give a downscale for is the way they incorporated the Kamehameha. The cameraman took a vacation. I'm not gonna lie, for the 6th anniversary part 1, cameraman, Cameraman, why are you not live streaming? Why are you cutting it? If he just panned round, this would be better than the OG. But now it feels stiff. That beam was actually crazy though. You even noticed the rainbow on it. Look at that.
I'll take you on again any.
And then I think a lot of people don't like the way that he's not exactly looking at the sky and the colors are gone. It doesn't feel like it has life in it, especially because we've seen the old. I can go dot by frame if I use the dot. Yeah, I know. I'm just autopiloting, so I use the comma, the space I'm just used to. Oh, I'd even scale it. Fusing GB is a 10 out of 10. It's better than the Goku. It's better than Rose, but he stops there because the cameraman took a vacation. If the cameraman didn't take a vacation, I'm generally not opposed to doing this. But unfortunately.
Anytime. Later. It's over.
The cameraman here is using a new technique of fake outs. I thought he was gonna go in for a punch, but he didn't. You know, like when Sukuna was fighting Maharaga and he was doing the... And he was faking him. The cameraman, look. He was zooming into his back, but then he went for the kick. That was tough. We see the aura, we see the extension of the flames.
Next time, I'll prove I can win using my own.
I think this animation is really good. And it's another it's another animation that's very privileged in the sense that it has nice aura. This is a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta animation. It looks very good. There's nothing wrong with what's happening in the animation, especially this part. The cameraman was trying to get a raise. The cameraman here, this is what he was doing. Hey, Goku, slow down. Hey, Goku, slow down. Hey, wait, what the fuck? Hey, Goku, slow down. Hey, you're too fast. Like, he couldn't keep up. And I think that's tough. Legit. He couldn't keep up. He couldn't keep up. I think that's a nice touch. But like, what's carrying this animation is the fire with the space background. His aura is just so maxed out in Super Saiyan God that you kind of have like a feeling of warmth and value by default. But what's actually happening in the animation is not bad by any means. I think it's great. It's just not a 10 out of 10. But I'm going to put it on hold because it could go there. It's close. It's very close.
Time to end it.
Gohan here is a big victim of being from DBZ. There's not going to be bright auras. He's just going to have a plain look, which is quite upsetting in general. And that makes it look worse than it is. So we just have to assess the animation. There's no pluses from the effects. Cameraman doing hella Adobe Adobe Premiere. Like, chill with the edits, gang. Yeah, just hella knockarounds, man. Hella knockarounds. The sweat is a good touch to a degree when he's knocking around whoever he's hitting.
The end for you. You can't win against me.
I think we're getting to the stage where a lot of the animations we will see are not... Sorry. A lot of the animations we will see are spectacular because of the time of Dragon Ball Legends we're in. This is the 6th anniversary. This is 2 years ago. So onwards from here, almost every animation will be polished, even if it has basically nothing. So even though this animation isn't good, like, it isn't great. It's disappointing, honestly. It's still better than what we used to get in a lot of cases because of the beam and the combos he's doing. But, you know, it's not spectacular. It's simply just privilege from being a unit that released later in the timeline of Dragon Ball Legends. So being objective, it's still a good animation, but it's disappointing for the quality we could get at this moment in time. That, the moment in time has nothing to do with how I'm assessing this. It's just whether it's good or not.
No matter how many times you try. You enjoy this.
Sorry. This is with intention. Zigzagged all the way to the sky because he already put a beam on his back, but he needs to catch up to him. In fact, he needs to surpass him while he's holding back shots. And then he slams down. Boof! Now he's hitting him with all the drag. Hella points for effects. Sorry. I don't know what he said. He said something technique, but he might as well have said God Goku technique. He stole your whole bag.
Farewell, Goku.
Yeah.
Your friends will soon join you.
Alright, let's really look at this though. So the knock-up was great, and this part is amazing, right? Very good. It's a lot of cuts to incorporate all the different abilities that he has. The cuts don't really make an issue, but there's what should be picked up on is that the focus is clearly the effects that they're using. So first of all, there's the ice that's incorporated. Then there's like a snowstorm. Then after that, we get like what the hell? G4 paralyze. There's a lot of different animations that we're seeing which are very creative, and they're showing as much screen time of Omega Shenron as Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and even the beams going up here. He even flies up. I didn't even notice that part. He hooks him down. I ain't gonna lie. It's better than God Goku's, and it's better than Sword of Hope Trunks. In fact, I've hit verdicts. I've hit verdicts. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's a 10. I hit verdicts. Verdicts were come to. Let's continue. Oh yeah, I didn't order it. My bad. I didn't order it. It's better than that one. It's better than that one. It's not better than Gogeta Blue. He stops there. He stops there. The fact that the only thing holding GB back is the cameraman. I can't put Omega over GB. I can't.
Farewell, Goku.
Ooh, Broly. Platform before the ground battles. Ooh. Feels the color, feels the aura. Mouth movements. Splizzat. Oh my god. Platform. Destruction. Waves. And also notice the waves do not go past the platform. Like they go above. So the explosion is down here. And the gust of wind is actually... Look at the pathway. Oh my god. Oh, even the green is wearing off from his body afterwards. And he tanks his own hit. Wait. Did I see that correctly? I need to rewatch this again. Oh, he had the scars on his... Oh my god. Wallahi, bro. This will be top 5. You see his body, how he has scars already. If he didn't have those before he tanked his own attack and the burns came up from his own attack, Jesus Christ, I would have said top 3. I would have said top 3 immediately. You're not even seeing Gohan's hands. He's holding it off and he can't, bro. Oh my god, I'm going to lose. This is the best example in Dragon Ball Legends of simple done correctly. Just because your animation doesn't have a lot of theatrics, it can still be extremely high diff quality. Because wow.
You could never defeat me.
Wow, I'm moved. I'm so moved. I'm not even a Broly fan like that. But I understand it now. That I'm a DBZ. I rate DBZ Broly, to be fair. But yeah, better. If this was aura and hype moments, I would move him beyond. If this was aura and hype moments, he would be like here. But the animation is very minimal, so we need to calm down. The Broly laugh was very good, but Gogeta was doing a lot with the same animation quality. So more with same level quality versus less with same level quality, we have to give... He stops at Gogeta. But that moved me. I'm not gonna lie, that might be top 5 personal legendary finishes now. Wholly upscale in my personal books. But yeah, objectively, we're taking it easy. Yo. Yo. That was amazing. Kaioken? Wow. Okay. Whoa. This is another example of speed giving him a lot of value, like we saw with Nappa and Vegeta. The speed here, the speed increase is very, very good. Soon. The black lines, the red lines in the background were very nice. This is actually phenomenal quality.
Man, he was really...
Sorry, I kind of need to watch it again. Like, there was a lot going on. Cameraman! You invited Triku to the Kaisenat Murray. What the hell? Why are you on stream for so long? Look at this. He's there for a minute. Bro! How much screen time? Look at the effects. Like, this is very high quality. This is absurdly high quality.
Man, he was really something.
This is actually very high quality. Like, the moment people don't care about, but why did they go hard on this with the movement and everything? They sped it up at correct moments. They slowed it down. The camera work was going crazy. I don't care about the moment personally, but like in terms of the actual animation effort they put in, this is like the upper echelon of great. I just feel like there was just a bunch of knockarounds, so it wasn't that impressive, but the speed changes really made it super quality. Sorry, I put it in great. I forgot to change the screen, but it's in great.
Better get ready.
Go Tanks.
Screaming bitch attack. Here we go. Here. Ha. Yeah. Go all out.
This is a big creativity department, but they've upscaled the quality of the creativity they're implementing. Wow.
Screaming bitch attack.
Like even there, the cameraman's putting in a bit more effort. He didn't need to stay on screen here. Look, he does that and then the cameraman pans to the side instead of just doing a cut. Back in the day, he would just cut. He would put that into Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas, and get to work. But he's kind of trying to record now. He did it again. Do you see? Like, it's making these new gen animations look so much better. He puts him in the ball, and then the ball bounces towards Gold Tank without a cut. Then he puts it above him without a cut. Then he volleys it without a cut. And it only cuts because he passes it. Slam, bro. It's a great animation. That's a great animation. They've done the creativity aspect with a lot more precision. If they cleaned up Kid Boo's like that, Kid Boo's would also be great. So I got Gold Tanks here.
You're finished!
VB. Knock in the air. Final Kamehameha. He does the knockdown again. Ends up below him. He does the heat dome. Let me see that final what? He switched it. Yeah, they cleaned up the rings. They cleaned up the rings nicely. They weren't this clean in the second anniversary.
Is that it?
In general, this was very fast paced and short, but they implemented a lot of creativity, and like I said, they've been cleaning up almost all the animations. This isn't a 10 out of 10 because it was really short, but the animation was very good and creative because it's an original. So this goes in great.
Some god you are!
This is goodbye.
Yellow Goku Black. 2 tap into backflip slash. Yeah, big creativity. Well, I didn't even notice he hits him 2 more times when he gets to this stage. Bow! Bow! Get in there!
You don't know your place.
Okay. Backflip into Kamehameha. What they did in this festival, very apparently, with both Vivi and Rose. Am I playing this in normal speed? I am. They sped up what's happening in the animation to kind of woo you a lot. There's a lot of effects and sound effects that are nice. Like on the LF Purple one, they do this very slowly, so it feels more intense. But with this one, it's all about punishing at a high speed. The scythe is beautiful, by the way. Like, do you see how quick this combo is? Hold on, cameraman. Hold on. I see you, boy. You don't get overlooked when I'm watching. The Sharingan is active. Look at him. He's still on scene from when he pulled out the scythe, by the way. So from the moment he does this, he's been on scene the whole time. Double attack. Attack. Zoom in. One more. He hasn't cut yet. And the way he transitioned there was very nice, to the point where it doesn't even feel like he cut. It just moves into the next moment. That's nice. It just happens so quickly it can throw you off. I feel like they're doing really fast stuff that you're not going to pick up all the details anymore because they're trying to incorporate more but at a higher speed. I'm not a big fan of that, but because I'm really looking at what they're doing, I can respect it. I'm going to put Yellow Rose on hold, but I definitely think he can reach the 10 out of 10, but we will see. He's better than VB's though, yes. It's not more creative, but it's better. Cameraman Cookrare keeping it still on screen and letting Goku fight from the angle. We don't usually see that. Double replay. The effects are beautiful here. The MUI Goku does that as well, by the way. A small little effect here. That it's like he put more into the Kamehameha, but it didn't immediately make the Kamehameha thicker. It joined it and exploded at the peak of it, so it didn't make the whole beam wider. Look, you see how it goes forward and then it reaches and he rushes in.
I think we can call it here.
It's pretty much just a Kamehameha. I don't think this is a 10 out of 10, but I think it's great, non-negotiably great. If there was a bit more camera work, it would be 10 out of 10 immediately. That would add icing to the cake, which is already nice.
I'm not holding back.
Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He does a Kamehameha just to power up and do what? Oh, Black Flash. That's it!
Looks like I managed to pull it off.
You're lucky you released in 2024, bruv. Bro, you're so lucky. If they released you with the 2020 models, you would be the worst. You would be the worst. He is so fortunate because it looks good. It's cleaned up. It's actually pristine. Like, it's not actually, that's too high. That's too high, sorry. I put him in good. He should go in all right. He's not irrelevant because he gets the privilege of being a 2024 unit. But god damn, that was bogus. Like, look at the power up. The power up is really good. The effects are good. And then the effects on the fist are good. And he dashes through. But that's it, you know? Shameful. Cameraman! Cameraman! Wow! You're coming big for 2025. I see you, big bro. I see you, bro. No cuts. No cuts. No cuts. No cuts. Only cut when they got to the top. Only cut when he got to the... Cameraman, cook for them.
We finally defeated the androids.
Yeah, we did it.
The windscreen is nice as well. Huh.
Follow me, Trunks.
Okay, Gohan!
We finally defeated the androids.
Yeah, we did it.
This is great. This is great. I was trying to justify it, but there's not enough effects, in my opinion, to push it to that 10 out of 10. And because the animation is longer, it has to keep your attention, but it's only doing so with that one camera segment. I can't put it in 10 out of 10. The effects here are crazy. The red eyes, that oh my god. The expansion of the lens, cameraman, you did a good job there, even though it was short, and the effects are carrying. Go off, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. He's trying to get paid. He's trying to get paid this year. Starting from the back end, move over to the and then closing on the face. He said, ah, this top boy. Yo, Deshane. Deshane. Yo, I like this. I like this. Look, wait. I didn't notice those effects. That's tough.
How pitiful. You know not your own.
That's tough. That's tough. Oh, it's getting harder to scale them. Honestly, this is better than every single one that we have in Great. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I moved Rose up after seeing Zamasu as well. The camera work is better on Zamasu's than Omega, and also the effects are more vibrant than Omega. It's definitely better than Omega's. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you can't argue the camera work, and you can't argue the effects and vibrant colors. You just can't. I'm not gonna lie. Something between Great and 10. We don't. These are just all 10s and they're ordered, so it's fine. It will get too cluttered with tiers and I don't want to do that. Probably something above 10. Maybe that. But not between.
Weakness.
It's over.
This yeah, I already know it off memory. This is the cameraman's best work. This one here, he was trying to get, bro, he was trying to be out there with Leonardo DiCaprio. Getting an Oscar for this movie. Yeah, he like look at the segments. It's crazy. Look. Just into it. Camera work goes crazy off rip. Look, segment, and then he does another segment here. This is the second segment of camera work. This part. Ooh! He's still in the same segment. What? This one is all camera work, no effects, and good models. The Kamehameha was so quick as well. It's all camera work on this one. It's not a 10 out of 10 because the model is what makes it glow and whatnot. But the camera work carries it to great. With camera work alone, you can get a great animation. And that speaks to volume of how important it is. Like when you're really looking at things. The speed as well, it fits with this animation. Bro, this cameraman for this one, he was going... Calm down! At first, I was hating on this. I wasn't really looking at the artwork. I was kind of just looking at the punches. But on closer inspection, this is animation. You're not even seeing the... Look at the back. Sing. clean.
I'll end you.
Oh, we're on Dimer.
You bastard!
Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
You picked the wrong fight.
Okay, so like what I want to point out here, yeah. After he done this, he didn't need to cut. This one cut threw me off. That cut threw me off. It threw me the hell off. I thought he was gonna sell. But then he locked in. I thought he was gonna sell. So because he relocked because he relocked in, that's a 10. If he didn't relock in, I would have threw it in great. That's a 10 though. That's a 10 though. Good lock-in, cameraman. You tried to bait me. Alright, we're putting that over this one, over this one, over this one. We're putting that over this one as well. It beats Omega as well, I'm not gonna lie. It beats Fuse Zamasu. Do we stop him at Broly? Yes, there's more going on. Do we clear Gogeta? Yes, because the camera works better. Honestly, he moves up pretty high. We're stopping him at Go Freezer. It has everything you'd want. Camera work, groundwork, effects. It hits every check mark. I'd even put it above, I'm not gonna lie, facts. That was a good animation. That was a good animation. Look at the way it bubbles.
You're done.
The speed there was nice and the sound effects. I don't think you guys noticed that yet, but there's a little Team Rocket effect. Nice little touch there. And they don't forget about the enemy. They're still flying in the air. That's a nice touch too. Ooh, the outline is really nice. The flames, the aura, every type of implementation into this one, bro. The best Kamehameha probably available in Dragon Ball Legends right now. Ooh, there's even... Do you see that flash? I need to use the comma for this one.
I call this Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. It has everything.
You're done. Don't toy with me, kid. This is the end.
1 second.
Don't toy with me, kid.
No mouth movement.
This is the end.
That nuke is really nice. Unique one.
Finally dead.
The windscreen is very animated.
Aren't you, brat?
Honestly, that's actually a good animation. I don't have much to say about it. It's just good. I don't think it's great. The camera work wasn't there. The effects were decent, but it's Dragon Ball OG, so you can't expect much. So it's a victim of its source material. But it's still better than what we get mostly in the game. It's not as bad as people made it out to be. So I think good is fine. Oh, Goku again.
No mercy for you! I'll never forgive
He's
you!
using that Nimbus Cloud to get jumps off.
Not done!
Something that I like, this is an aspect of favoritism that you see, right, in Dragon Ball Legends. You see this, how he's chasing him. Do you guys remember when Super Saiyan IT Goku flew past him and zoomed around and hit him with the roundhouse kick? They don't need to do these cuts. They can make it smoother. But they just don't care enough. Like, it's a lot more work to do that.
Coming at you with everything I've got! I'll blast through you!
Oh, the ape showing up there is really nice. And the explosion. Oh! Hey, put him on the music track. I won! Boom! That's nice. The way he bounced off the Nimbus is super nice as well.
I won!
Now that is hard. That is hard. It's good as well. It goes in good with DKP. I do think it's better than DKP, but it's not like IT Goku level. Let's be real for this.
Everybody!
I'll show you.
Ooh. When I said Red MUI was trash because of no after images, look who gets the after images. Display of speed. This is what we need. Ah. Look at that. The universe explosion stuff. You know. Alright, let me see if there's after images there. I don't think they used it, but they used the blue lines. I'll take it. They're using the blue lines again. There is after images. Hold on. Yeah, they're very subtle, but they're there. Can you see? He's like here and here at the same time. They're very subtle, but they did include it. That's very nice. And the blue lines as well. They're trying to depict this speed in every capacity. Full glaze. Moral arc reference. We're not focusing on the moments, but I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people don't know that. Again, more speed. A good way of showing speed is to make people spiral to show that they're like accelerating because they're moving with the blue lines. Like, you know, like when Sonic's feet spin. That's an example. Jiren's gonna need braces. Cameraman, go off.
I'll never quit Jiren. I refuse to let all my friends down and betray their trust.
That's a quote. That's a quote. Anyways, that's a 10 out of 10. It's just not one of the better ones. We gonna stop him at like Rose. It's a good animation for real. But I don't think it's as good as some of these with... No, actually, it's better than Rose. It's better than Rose. It's not better than Omega, though. That's why we're stopping him. Omega has a lot more going on with different effects and things like that. UI is just consistent barrages and consistent speed blitzes. So it's like the same pattern repeating over, but the pattern is beautiful. The Kamehameha could have been better as well, I agree.
Get lost! I'll hit you with an attack you won't be able to destroy! I'm sick of you.
Good work, cameraman. This is a cleaned up version of the previous SSD Vegeta. So everything the other one lacked, this one does good. They give it more focus on like gathering his strength. They put the background the same way with the better sparks. They just cleaned it up because it's a newer unit. The explosion puts fear into the opposition. Again, I like when they include the opposition so it feels like a scene and not just attacks going out. And in this case, we see more about Toppo trying to actually stop it. He puts his hands out. He just can't hack it. And Vegeta has to push his output, which makes it better than the previous version. So the previous one we have in good, but I think this one is actually great. Just because they cleaned it up, and I like that. Kaioken Goku. Good speed blitzes from behind, twisting his angles. The effects are carrying here. Good mouth movements there. I don't know if you guys saw. More mouth movements. That's good. And the beam feels heavy. Oh, and the beam doesn't just destroy Vegeta. Usually the beams just destroy people once it hits, right? But the beam gets carried into the sky and you see him go off screen into the sky. And then you see him shaking. Look, he feels the pain first. Even look at the facial expression.
Man, he was
And the sweat's moving?
really.
Wait, I don't think it's moving. But it looks like it, so it's the same thing.
Man, he was really something.
Yeah. This is not a 10, but it's great. This one's great. I'm moved. I'm super moved. I'm super moved. It could actually be bottom of top 10 for the attention to detail. Honestly, for the end part, I'm giving it bottom of top 10. Bottom of top 10. I think it deserves it. Even one above. That's clean. That's clean. I'll give it to him. Vegeta incoming. Key blast as usual. Okay, they're focusing on the opposition.
Challenging me was your first mistake, and unfortunately for you, it proved to be your last.
It was a lot more simpler, but it has the same exact build and thought going into it. So just what Vegeta did is just less impressive in nature. He spammed the key blast, and then Goku. And one thing that's really nice is they blur the screen. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the screen's blurred, so it's kind of as if we got hit as well. But then he just comes in, and he gives him like straight headbutt. Like that is disgusting. Like it's really good. But this attack in itself is very simple, but the windscreen has the same type of passion put into it that they put into Kaioken Goku. I can't put it in 10 out of 10 because it's very simple, but I do think it's the upper echelon of great. If I put it on hold, it could make it into 10 out of 10, but I don't think it will. It's the upper echelon, but because this is not ordered, you know, it doesn't really matter. So yeah. Kefla. Spamming the attacks. Okay, straight into the big one. Oh yeah, she was just going crazy and attacking everything. Just hoping to hit Goku. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. These, I've always found these beautiful. Look at the speed they're spinning at. This beam is very unique and they done it very well. But there's not much going on here. It's just very quality because you released in 2025. But overall, in terms of what's happening, not that impressive. I do think it's polished to the degree though it can hit great. like the movement, the animation in the yeah, it looks like candy, is enough to put it in great, but it's a lot worse than a lot of these, but overall still above average. If they added a platform, it would have been significantly better. We'd be comparing it to Broly potentially.
Goodbye.
Metal Cooler. Just the knockdown shebang.
No escape.
The radar thing is really nice. This is really nice touch as well. This is another one that's gonna hit great.
You were a loser from the start.
It's nothing super special, but it's we're at the stage where everyone we see is literally polished. Like, even if it's reused or not, it's polished. They cleaned it up. They cleaned it up a lot. You can tell by the legendary finish. The explosions, new gen, and the smoke and everything like that in the environment. The walk is actually clean as well. Look, here's the explosion. Reuse don't matter, because if you never saw the original, you would say this is straight up calm, like it's a good animation. And if anybody else did that walk, people would glaze it, gobble gobble gobble. Bardock does that. Oh, you know, it's tough, man. It's tough, man. Gotta give the props.
Let's do it.
Super Saiyan 3 Kid GT Goku. I don't think you guys picked that up. Like, he leans out and then in for the punch. I think that's super tough. Cameraman didn't want to give favoritism this time. Did a few cuts there instead of circling around. Didn't want to copy the GT OG. I don't think this one is that impressive. It did start off good, yeah, but the Kamehameha was very basic. There is the smoke aspects of it, honestly, but it's just like on the good tier, on the upper end. I think it just misses out from being great. The beam isn't even impressive either, and the windscreen is pretty much regular. Good. We got Fusion 13. We got 10 left. Headbutt is nice. The combo there is always nice. Oh, very short-lived animation. I just think it's really polished again. But this one's not as spectacular as some others we've seen because it just ends after the beam. This one's going in good as well. Not moving, but like is cool.
It ends here.
Final flash on Super Gogeta. Flow in. I want to say something, and it's very important that I say this. This attack is so stiff. So stiff. Pycon and Super Gogeta did it so much more fluid. Why is it so stiff? Ooh, small detail there. Bruv. I'm trying to get you guys to see. The eyes. Watch the eyes. He wasn't looking at him at first, and then he locked in. The gust of wind when he knocks him back. I like the way he does this. Throws it at him. And then the camera angle at the end is nice. The cutscene ups the points a lot.
I don't ever want to do fusion again.
Sure thing.
I would have put it in good, but the cutscene puts it in great. Honestly. That's fire. Zach, there is a background frame with each kick in the beginning of the LF. Yeah, I know. That's just Fusion Reborn stuff, you know? Like this. That's source material. Janemba. Hooks left and right and the cameraman working. One big slash. This is where the slashes start loading in. For what's actually happening in Janembers, I think it's one of those new gen polished ones as well. He has a lot going on with it. The cameraman could have been better, but he was still good. I think this is in the great category. It's not on the higher end of great if I was ordering it, but I'm not, so that doesn't matter. I think it's just like good enough to be above the good category. Oh, this one is solid, if I'm not mistaken. Look, ooh! Look at the after images on the boy hit. Look at the after images.
I'm going in.
Oh my god. The hella punches are nice. Goku comes in. The model is beautiful, by the way. Bunch of key blasts here. But I don't mind the key blast because of the camera work. Look at this. So the key blast start right, and there's a little cut there, but once the cut happens, there's not cut for a while. Key blast comes in and hit joins us in the scene already, and they only cut again to make both of their attacks hit. Also, a cool detail that makes this even more special: Hit's attack is faster than the Kamehameha, so it hits first. Usually when they have Goku and Vegeta's or Trunks Vegeta, whatever it is, they hit together, but hits first and then the blue comes after. And the power down for image and the aura,
Now what?
that's fire. That's fire. In my opinion, this is going in a 10 out of 10. They did everything that would require you to hit a 10 out of 10. We're putting it above this, we're putting it above this, we're putting it above this. It's beating that, beating that. Vito Mega 2, honestly, the models and effects are crazy. Stops at Broly. Stops at Broly. Let's look at Gohan. Big Gohan. People love this moment, but it's not the moment, it's the animation. Goku appearing frame 1, white background, very solid. Colors are going crazy. The beam, we have a little moment, we follow it up. Look at the facial expressions. Oh my god. That's a bad kid. You know, like the Kaisen not interrupting me. You know, like the aya. Why did Goku slide in like that? That was frying me. Hang in there. The facial expressions on both sides. Oh my god. They even slow down the damage that Cell's taking for emphasis. This is what the final Kamehameha should look like. The next VB we get. Look at the waves on this. Are you seeing this? I think it's just polished. Like they keep cleaning it up the more beams that we get. Look at him slowing it down to show that he's actually getting fried. And just like the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, the Bojack one, but they further adapted it to make it cleaner, right? You see him fall, but we follow him to the ground. The impact on the ground. He even, bro. I thought he went Super Saiyan then base. I was about to be like, what? Anyways, that's a 10. The windscreen gives it bonus points. The facial expressions are up. The camera work wasn't too crazy, but it was very good. Slowed down the Kamehameha to make it feel special. The voice lines, honestly, Honestly, bro. Honestly. No, I had to break it down. I had to do the maths. I had to do the maths. Ground usage is the upscale as well, yep. That combo was disgusting. This is cameraman. Cameraman! Yes! Holy smokes. That was so excessive, but it was so nice.
You.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good space. No. Sometimes you really need to take your time with these animations, because I thought this was good, but I'm really looking at it now with my like proper a bit. I love. Oh. Okay. Now the legend characters. We're on the legend characters. Legend characters now. Only the legend characters. Let's see.
You were no match for me.
Take this!
Hold on. Sorry. We really need to think about this, right? Because we've seen a lot of animations.
Take this!
Look at the size of that. They've never done that before. I just wanted to point that out. Something people would miss. Do you see this animation style? I don't know what to refer to it as, but the first case of us seeing it is Super Saiyan Goku Mini, where the cameraman, he sits down and he lets us see the thing from a side view and the person just acting. So we was in front of him, and then we go back to the side view, and then we go outwards. So we went from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Now we're at 6 o'clock for the slide. Vegito loves a little slide. We know that. So far, animation's good. Camera work is solid. Nothing amazing in terms of camera work. This part is good. Sorry, I went too far back. He zooms in, but then he zooms out. So you see the facial expression on the zoom in, that's very important. But zooming out as well, the explosion happens because you need to see it. We should also add the ink effects because it's a legend character now.
And this, you're finished! How could I lose to you?
The legendary finish, white background, gold and black. They're trying to sell you a luxury item. You know, that's what they're doing with the legend gold and the white and black.
Overweight.
Honestly, it's a great animation. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's Super Vegito cleaned up, and it's not creative like fusing Super Vegito. It's simply just Super Vegito. And it's good, don't get it twisted. but it's not doing something that would like take you to the moon. So it's on the upper echelon of great, but it's not reaching the 10 out of 10 category.
Too soon. Can you keep up?
Bing, 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 bing. Hey, sorry. That aura farm is so stupid. Very creative on the animations. I do know that's the source material, but it looks better than just punches around, you know, he's doing stuff. Something you might have not noticed here, very subtle. My guy is spinning. Like, what did he do to him? He knocked him in a way where he kept spinning all the way through. Oh. So when he loads up the gold, right, this is an aspect that you really need to pay attention to for the legend animations, right? He loads up the gold, the background darkens because the legend theme is gold, black, and white because they're trying to sell you a luxury item. So it goes dark when he loads up the flash. Then when he hits it, it's like, ah, Sokka. So this is heaven, huh? I lost, didn't I? You're dead!
I'm the warrior the world needs.
That's hard. You know, it's not like a 10 out of 10, but it's for sure hard. It's for sure hard. It goes in the great as well. It goes in the great as well.
To crush the bastards before it's too late.
Diamond Goku. Punch. Combo here. Punches are little wiggity. Bunch of key blasts. They're doing that angle again, the Super Saiyan Goku mini angle, right? Where they let you watch from the sidelines. But then the cameraman decides to pan it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The cameraman was helping you, and all you're doing is little taps, bruv. Do something better, bro. You had so much, bro. Get off the pitch, man. Get off the pinch, man. The cameraman's trying to swing you a nice moment. He's trying to wingman you. He's trying to give you the assist, and you're doing nothing with it.
I'll settle this.
Like, yeah, we get the ink effects, the white, black, the gold, yeah, but the animation in general was actually not great. We're putting that in good, and he's only in good because he has the privilege of being a 2026 unit. You're so fortunate.
Super Saiyan 3's power.
We're at Bardock. The fly up, kick down. This is what we call camera work. Cameraman, you chose a good person to work with today, because this is good. So he comes in, and cameras are... Bardock said, you know what? We're going to hit Omogul today. He said, give me as much FaceTime as possible. Now show the gym gains.
I'll change the future with my
More FaceTime.
own hand.
Look at the Rasengan. This is how you utilize the ink art. Don't just steal Piccolo's flow, making it go dark and then white. Utilize it like this. Holding it in his palm. That's good legend effects. Now we're going widescreen with the Rasengan. Dashed it.
My future is not something for you to decide.
Now, the animation itself doesn't have anything spectacular going on. However, in every moment they show you, it feels impactful because of the pans and the speed it's moving at. Unlike a lot of other animations, Bardock's animation doesn't feel like it needs to rush you. it says, yeah, you're gonna see this Mog. You're gonna see this. And you're gonna enjoy it. That makes it stand out in its own way, makes it good. I'm not gonna put it in the 10 out of 10, but I do think it's great. I do think it's great. Definitely better than Piccolo. I wouldn't say it's better than Vegito, but it has its own flair to it. This is the last one. The sword comes out. Good use of legend effect there, just like Bardock. There's even an impact frame there. I didn't even notice it. Hold on. Let me restart. There's legend effects there as well, by the way. Right there. You see how that's flowing. Look at the detail as well on the time ring, his fingers in general. That's really nice. The big attack comes out. The sword. Sends the slash. Good nuke with the legends effects. This is a good way to incorporate it.
This is the end.
So far, we haven't seen much camera work. It's more effects, bright colors, animation so far. The scythe comes out. Again, a lot of cuts. So with this, they're trying to sell you the fast-paced movement. The legend effect when he hits him at the bottom.
There is no escaping fate. Now we.
This is like the only display of camera work here. They start like close in his face or like below. Then they go past his face and behind him. So he sends the attack. It doesn't need to have amazing camera work to be a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. This one definitely sells you in what he's doing. The gruesomeness, the mouth movements, the effects. Its key selling point isn't camera work, but it still does have some, which is actually just a violation in comparison to other characters that get nothing. You know, they're not trying to give you camera work on this unit, but they still just threw in a sum just to show you he's actually that much better. The final one on this list, we've got Goku Black Rose. He's hitting a 10 out of 10. But how high will he go? He's definitely better than the old one. He's beating Sword of Hope Trunks. He definitely beats out the old one. Blue UI he goes past. I think he can surpass Omega. Red Zamasu 2. Hitting Goku. He's surpassing Broly. Takes it past Gogeta 2. The Gammas. We stop him behind Daima, in my opinion. That's the tier list so far. Delete this row. Delete this row. Delete this row. And we make a row above. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the tier list. That's the tier list. There is some aspect where this order isn't exactly perfect because some units will have the privilege of showing up later, so we have a better reference point of what to look towards. For example, I feel like if we rewatched UI Goku, he might move down or up, depending on how we feel in relation to what we just seen recently regarding the newer units. But he is still a unit that has animation quality of that caliber, based on his movement, what's happening, how they decided to add effects and things like that. So don't take this as a perfectly ordered list, but it's ordered to the best of the capability. And this is not considering any of the moments. So a lot of people do like the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan moment, but his animation's actually just that good. A lot of people do like the Go Frieza moment, but the moment isn't considered for what we're getting in quality. Because if we're actually considering the moment, I will downscale a lot of people. Go Frieza doesn't make 10 out of 10 if we're looking at the moment, because there's a lot they could have added that happened in the moment that they just skipped out on. Maybe in a remake we will see that. But the point is to look at what we have and just judge it as objectively as possible. And I think this is a good list, honestly. A lot of people got upscaled that might have been like, they're not that good, you know? But I think, like, for example, Mini Vegeta. He moved the hell out of me, seeing the camera work and the way he was flying. First time seeing that, I wasn't that impressed. But sometimes you do need to take it out. And I think out of anybody, like, my MVP of this legendary finish watch is the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. He is my MVP. He is my MVP. And we're going to end the video with watching his one more time. Because what do you mean? What do you actually mean? That LF was good, man. It's just a dream. When did he release? He released in 2024. Last year, 2025. I found it. He even gets the full screen. This is my MVP legendary finish. There's so much aura in this. Like, I knew it was always good, but really breaking it down, you see angles of it that you didn't really pick up on. Like Gohan holding it and trying to withstand it it's just wow. This wind blowing, the explosion, and he actually just gets hit by it. He tanks his own attack.
You could never defeat me.
That was fun, man. We were here for way too long. What's the time? What's the time? What's the time? 11:43. Yeah, that Twitch stream got brushed. That Twitch stream got brushed. It is the anniversary though. Okay, I was just saving the image so that, like, you know, since I actually done it, you know. Tomorrow we've got more reactions, by the way. We're gonna be reacting to Ricochet's concept. I don't even know what it is. I just saw the thumbnail and I kind of just looked away. Rico X Het. Okay. Dragon Ball Legends. Or is it uploaded on Weeba? No, it's... Okay, so we've got multiple reactions to react to. We've got the... So let me show you guys. Hold on. How am I not subscribed? I'm so fake, bro. Turn on the post noties as well. So we've got this. What the hell is going on there? I can't even make it out. Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. Too much creativity in this world, bro. And we also need to react to these two. I didn't watch them. I haven't seen them to this date. I've even seen this. Oh yeah, we're eating, bro. Good food. Good food, bro. Thank you for the plate. Itadakimasu. What the hell? Yo, I did not know I missed out on this much. Fairs, man. Oh, we watch that tomorrow because I ain't seen those. And then is there anything else I missed, or is it just those? Like anyone's channel you want to link right now, because it'll be reaction galore tomorrow. I got a question. If I transfer my Legend account from Android to iPhone, do I still keep my unclaimed CC from missions? The missions should stay. Just anything in your account doesn't. None of the missions will just be claimed or disappear. The Broly Ultra intro. Who made that? I think I've seen that actually. Hold on. Is it on YouTube? It's not on YouTube. I have to go on Twitter. It's a 50-second ink animation. I'm gonna bookmark it. We'll watch that tomorrow too, because I haven't seen it. Is there anything else? Any other concepts that we should react to? Because I kind of want to have them on deck for tomorrow. Like, I don't want to, you know. Oh, he made a good art for it as well. Now he's been cooking. What's my opinion on how meta-dependent DBR and its players have become? Honestly, because it's the Dragon Ball fan base, almost everything that's meta, you will like 80% of the year to Saiyan. So it's more just about putting your CC in the right places so you feel like you got something worth your while. You know? It's a gacha game, so you just have to be smart yourself. They're not gonna make the game in your favor. It's not built like that, so yeah. It just is what it is. I don't know if I answered your question correctly, but hopefully I did. You're watching Fullmetal Alchemist. That's valid. Alright, no Twitch stream today, unfortunately, because this took longer than I expected. But the reactions tomorrow won't be that long, you know. It will take only an hour, so we can actually have a Twitch session that's proper. Yeah. That's all for this stream today. Thank you guys for watching. It was a very good time. I will work on uploading the video tomorrow because it's going to be a long video, but I'm going to try to trim it because there was points where, like, you know, it's a VOD, you know. Will I timestamp it? No. I am not writing 90 names in the description for my reaction of them. I'm not going to lie. Have I been training arms? I always do. This is not a this is not even my size, honestly, but it fit. Like, I filled it out. This is a size above that I wear, but I filled it out. So yeah, like, if I show you that it's not my size, right? Like, this is it unfolded. Can you see that it's not my size? Like, it can fit me, but it's not meant to be this long. So I always tuck in my shirts. I literally just labbed the gym so much I filled it out. Alright, cool. We're done. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time. Reactions. The first 30 minutes I'll play Legends just so people push in. But then we have more reactions, you know. So yeah, I'll even schedule the stream right now so you can, you know, press the notification. Like, literally in the next 20 seconds is too little. 120 seconds I will schedule the stream. Take care, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you guys for watching as usual. The anniversary is going to be big and I will be consistent. I'm trying to upload 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, and stream 5 times a week, 7 times even, Monday to Sunday. Pray none of my homegirls hit me up because they'll ask me to go outside and I'll have to say yes because I want to go outside. So I'm going to try to stay inside. Let's go streaming.